Hey, kids. You're listening to the internet's wettest podcast about video games, consoles, and pancakes. The SML Podcast. Prepare for the SML Podcast.
What's up, everybody? This is the SML Podcast. I am your host, Joe. Aki and Bri are here to kick things off. I'm sure Jacob will drop by later on in the episode when we get to news and reviews and all that other fun stuff. But we are kicking...
late to that, too.
Probably. But we are kicking things off. We have an interview lined up to start off the episode. We have got Simone and Luca from tinyBuild Studios joining the show to chat about the Lonesome Guild. Welcome to the show. How are you two doing?
Thank you very much. We're doing pretty well. And I'm Luca, one of the game producer of the game.
Yeah, and I'm Simone, producer and audio director, so fine too.
Welcome to the show. I am thrilled to have you on. My first question, I usually do like the give us the sales pitch on your game first, but after looking at your game history and seeing your previous 3 games compared to the Lonesome Guild, what made you guys so happy? Like, it's such a sudden shift from like thriller, horror, darkness to like
I had a similar
bright
question.
colors. It's so cute and happy.
That's a trap. Because the Lonesome Guild is not a so happy game.
Yeah, so not even remotely.
it has this cute graphic, but then we try to go deep inside the loneliness theme. So we try to talk about different kind of loneliness and how loneliness influence the lives of the characters. And so it still maintains a little bit of harsh stuff, even though at first glance
it's still dark, but just a little bit more colorful.
Yeah, we thought that the contrast between talking about something dark and having these cute little animal characters was was good, also to enhance some plot twist. And so we went that way.
Well, I'll jump back then to the first question, the official question. For the people who don't know what the Lonesome Guild is, give us the sales pitch.
And go for that. Lonesome Guild is an action RPG adventure that takes you on this epic journey in the world of Antarii, where you will now this cast of characters that are facing strong struggles about their loneliness, and they discover that they will face destiny together that will shape the future of their world. And the game has been built around this concept of the contrast between loneliness and togetherness. So most of the game mechanics through the combat and exploration have been invented and built around the cooperation of the heroes of the story.
Gotcha.
Did I went well?
Good. Sorry.
Was clear with my Italian pronunciation.
Very clear.
Thank you.
Oh, you don't worry. You guys are very easy to understand. We've had some thick accents on the show from America at that. It's very confusing.
Thank you.
I mean, to be fair, Americans are the hardest to understand because almost everything we say is gibberish anyways.
Current day slang confuses me.
Americans' dialects are a bit easier. So, but we get worried because it's easy for us to sound like Super Mario, and it's cool. But especially if we keep talking in Italy, when we listen to us, it's like, okay, we are like cartoon characters. But the important thing is that we can share our our thoughts.
Oh man! So when did development on the Lonesome Guild start? Where did this project begin?
So that's a good question because it began a long time ago. So as you mentioned, the studio before was making narrative-driven games that were way more darker, even with inspiration from the Lovecraft universe. And but again, as game developers, we are also a team of gamers. And in Italy during the COVID pandemic, we were hit pretty hard. So we started to work all in smart working. Like then it happened to most of the world. And our writers start to pitch the idea to write a story about the loneliness, the good and the bad. Because we experience, any one of us experience loneliness in our life. And that historical moments kind of put a spotlight on the issue that we had in our personal life. And so they pitched this story about the loneliness, and the teams liked it a lot. It was an interesting theme to go through. And at that point we did a pitch of making this game idea with the contribution of all the team, and that was a moment where we choose to go with cute graphics to tell the story. And so we start to brainstorm ideas how we could transform this brighter idea into something cool and tangible for the players. And from that we did a prototype, and we start to send our CEO to game events to pitch it around to find somebody who would be interesting to help us to develop a game like that. And because, as you mentioned before, also our production were way smaller than the Lonesome Guild, so we needed help to be able to deliver such an epic journey. And we found after 1 year or more, maybe Simone remembers better, we found Don't Nod Entertainment that was really interested into our pitch, and so decided to support us founding the project. And we worked with them together the next 3 years to make it real and deliver it to the players.
Very cool. Very cool. I see the company began in 2013. 12 years later, how big is the company now? What did you start at? And how did the Lonesome Guild affect the size of the company?
Oh,
go, Simone.
I can go. I'm the more the oldest one in the company. So it started as a startup with only 2 people, our actual CEO and our CTO. And then some more guys get on get in the company. And at the beginning of the production of the Lonesome Guild, we were about 15-20 peoples. And then during the production, we became around 50 at its peak, and that's the size that we are actually now.
That's a hefty sized company. How diverse are the employees? Is it like mostly focused on programmers? I know some smaller teams, like a lot of people do a lot of different jobs. With more people employed, are you able to focus on tasks more individually?
It depends. It depends because still tinyBuild Studio was born as a startup. So at the beginning, of course, we said wearing multiple hats in the office. So still today we have people like me and Simone that we are game producer, but we came from the development before wearing this hat of producer. And still, if the team needs, we can jump into production wearing a hat, and so becoming level designer or programmer, depending on our background. we have some in the team some members that are more specialized, like let's say the people that take care of character and animations. Of course, they have such a technical job that would be also wasted to ask them to do level design. And so they are really specialized, but in order to get the project done at its best, the game done at its best, we even asked them to step into cutscenes. That initially we thought that the game designer were able to do, but of course with the support of team members that studies animation, camera framing, and this kind of stuff, we were able to raise the quality bar also for the content. So it depends of the phase of production during the polishing of the game. So bug fixing and improving quality, we start to incentivize the team to drop their role and get some stuff done, even if it wasn't their direct job.
Gotcha.
And, it's video games are very complex to make, so sometimes you have to try everything to get it well done.
Before we dive into the diverse cast of characters in this game, I do want to ask who's behind the artwork in this, because it's a beautiful game, beautiful artwork, promotional artwork. Everything is just gorgeous. Who are some of the animators and designers behind the characters in the game?
Simone.
Yeah, well, behind the whole art direction was done by Carmine Cassese, that is also an historic member of tinyBuild Studios. He works on every other project we did, also internal project, and we also do a lot of work for hire, so we know him well, and he's mainly a concept artist, but then he had the expertise to guide the whole art team, so character animation, concept art, environment art, all that stuff, and also with the help of other senior team, of course, but he was the one who gave us the good direction. And we always liked his ability to work on the concept and to try to get out from get from having an idea and then trying to visualize it and try to express that idea visually. And we always thought he was really good. So I think he was fit for this project at the end. And yeah, then there were also many other people, animators, technical art. All the art department is I think it's the biggest one in the team that we have, and they were guided by our art director.
Very nice.
Yeah, one thing that I can add about Carmine is also really good to get feedback from the team. So the end result is also something that was born with the contribution of everyone of the team, even if you were not an artist. If you had a good idea, Carmine was good to take it, make it following the art direction that he had in mind, and then you can see it in games. So there are even ideas that came from programmers or even from us producers that come out during discussions, and he was able to deliver them.
Now, if there's one thing this show is very good at, it's not having good ideas.
If we did, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah, we usually average about to one good idea per interview. So Bri usually has
it's that high?
a notepad. No, it is that we usually have one per interview. Yeah, yeah, we're up there. Hey, our average could be as high as 1.5 by now. 12 years, 12 years, that number could go up. I mean, a lot of interviews over 12 years, Aki. You've been here for like a couple of them.
Yeah, I've been here for a good solid 4. That's why I know it's definitely not Not one per episode, I can guarantee that.
No, you said 4. I was hoping you were going to say 6 because there are 6 characters in this game. Tell us.
I think there's a little more than that, but yeah.
6 misfits.
I guess it's fair.
Tell us, who are the misfits in this game and what brings them together in their quest?
Yeah, it was a great link. So, the main character of the story is Ghost, and it's this little ghost that wakes up in the middle of a forest, and he doesn't know who he is. He needs to discover who he is, and he will have an important role in the story later on. And his loneliness is mainly physical. So since he is a ghost, he cannot even hug anyone because he doesn't have a physical body. And so we try to use him to give the player the sense of that kind of loneliness. Also, he cannot do some stuff like physical interaction with the world. He can do other stuff, of course, to make him not useless. But he is the main character. And then as the game goes on, he starts to recruit other characters. There are 6 of them that will be playable in the game. The first one that you meet at the start of the game is Da Vinci, that is a bumble bunny. So it should be a mix of a bumblebee and a bunny, but he was born without wings. So at the beginning of the game, we are able to see him with this backpack where he that contains mechanical wings that he tried to pull out to fly with really bad results.
That was so cute, by the way. I absolutely adored that. That was like one of my favorite things that I saw in the game. Oh my god, that's so cute.
Yeah, but I also hate Da Vinci, so when I see him crashing on the ground, it's just funny for me.
Why do you hate him?
Because he talks too much, and he's always this optimist guy. Yeah, it's...
I think I liked him the best because he was so optimistic and clever about things.
Yeah, we tried to diversify the characters so everyone could like one of the other. I like the others more than Da Vinci.
That's fair.
I assume since you hate Da Vinci so much, I assume the next one you're going to talk about, Mr. Fox, is the one that you really like the most then.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that the most important role of Da Vinci is to enhance the lines of Mr. Fox.
Yeah. Okay. He definitely does that.
So the struggle that Da Vinci is facing is the fact that because of his disability, he thinks that his family has abandoned him, and his kin lives in a flying city. And so he's not able to reach the flying city anymore because he doesn't have wings. He's trying to build this flying machine to go back to his family again and confront him. So his kind of loneliness is the abandonment from the family. And the next character that you meet in the game is Mr. Fox, as we were talking before. Mr. Fox is a fox stray, so it's this cute little fox that in ancient time were vagabonds. I think it's the English words.
Yep.
Yeah, and he is it's a cynic character. He lost his son during previously before the game starts, and his story is all related to the fact that he was partly responsible for losing his son, and he feels that this responsibility made him useless and not able to support his kin. So he fled, and we meet him wandering around the forest that you are in the first part of the game, and then the player will be able later on to deepen his story. That is, I think, one of the most tragic one.
Yeah, I kind of like him. I like how snarky he is, especially with Da Vinci. He seems to actively dislike everything about Da Vinci, and I absolutely live for that.
Oh, Aki, what does the fox say?
A lot of things, not any of the sounds I'm used to, but all the snark in the world, and it's great.
I'm glad I got Bri laughing on that. I heard that, Bri. Thank you.
I had to unmute because I had muted, but yes.
You're like, that's the dumbest thing he said on an episode in years at this point.
Today.
Yeah, today.
Oh, it was good. Anyway, as I would like to add what Simone said, that as you can see, even with the cute graphics, our writers went through really tragic stories, and the game treats some thematics that could have affected any one of us, and so that was kind of a treasure that we had as a team. Especially in Italy, to have this kind of writing to work on, and it was really challenging also to try to deliver it to the players in a way that was meaningful and also in feasible for a team like us. That was the first time that we were facing this kind of games. So even in terms of technology to build and develop to make the story a pleasant journey for the players, and that's a particularity of our city, that is Torino in Italy. We have this writing school that is founded by the writer that brought I think it's called 1900, the book, and inspired where they made this movie also that was famous in the 2000. Won an Oscar. And so there is a school of writers that kind of give us the resources and the ability to deliver a narrative of this level. Because usually, in my experience, video game developers usually you are the designers or the people that makes the game are the game developers that write the story. Apart from huge production like BioWare's or AAA companies that can afford to find writers. And so each character has been developed with this kind of thematics, like Da Vinci is born with this handicap that he has no wings. And Mr. Fox lost his son. Then we have Mauen, that is this character that you meet later on, that has a power that can wish any desire, like a genie of the lamp. And her kind of loneliness is that she doesn't have real friends. All the friends that she has are just interested in her power. And then we have Rantantrum, that you meet before Mauen, and that has ideological fight on principle with his family. And he's a really stubborn character, so I like to say that he has daddy's issues, and, and he's the one I connect
like my
to.
kind of guy.
Yeah, it's also mine. So, and he's really stubborn and try to work his pain through pride and strength. and all the characters features this kind of story. So even if you look at the game for a first glimpse, you see all this cuteness, but then if you journey with these people into the world, you will find also these bits that are really important to us.
Yeah, I had a question. I know that everyone in the fights level get the same amount of experience. Is it possible to get everyone to a max level? I guess there is a max level when you get all the skills, but can you get everyone to that point? Can you get anyone to that point, I guess?
Yes. Go, Simone.
Yeah, we didn't want to have a grindy experience, so the game is balanced to when you get a character, you already get him at a specific level. And then if you go through the whole game doing all the optional content and stuff, you are able to max them out. Also because the experience is shared between the whole party, even if you're not using one character, you are keeping a character outside of combat. And that's because we didn't want you to ask the player to choose based on the gameplay, but based on the fact that, yeah, I like to play this character, I want to try it, I can, because it's not level 1 and the other one is level 100, and so I cannot do anything with him. And that's a philosophy we try to keep for the whole progression. So, for example, we allow the player to respect the talent tree, because we wanted the player to be free to experiment with different skill composition and builds without having him restrained on taking choices early on and then regretting later. And
Pernell would be very happy to hear that. Pernell has paralysis decision on our show. Where he'll get to level 20 in a game and he still hasn't assigned one goddamn skill point.
Yeah, me too.
He doesn't know what he wants to put it in yet. He might not be sure.
I'm like that in Borderlands.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the game that you are making. Sometimes I like also games like that that make me make another run of the game with a brand new character to correct the mistake I did before. But usually it's more a hardcore experience. And here we had a story to tell, so we wanted to make sure that, and a wonderful world to make you experience, so we want to make sure that there were no regrets, but just enjoyment for the kind of game that we made. So
I absolutely do not miss the days where an item was required to share experience to non-party members. Remember that in the early Pokemon games? You needed an item for that? Like, why?
Yeah.
What? Look at Final Fantasy VI. How many characters have people never used in Final Fantasy VI? Because they, like, I don't want to level up a Realm.
Oh, I was going to say Realm too. That's funny.
Or Strago. Like, who uses it? Like, I don't know. Game Shark it and get them to max level when they actually have useful abilities? Okay. But when all of my characters are level 70 and Realm and Strago are like 24, they're not getting used.
Yeah, that's a scenario we wanted to avoid also, because then through the narrative you get to know and dedicate time to all the characters. And if one character became obsolete because you just didn't get attached to, was annoying for the player to go through maybe an important act of the story.
I had a question about characters while we were talking about characters. Who I think we already determined. I think it was Simone said that the Mr. Fox was the favorite. But who is everybody's favorite member of the guild and why?
But mine is Mr. Fox, of course, because he's cynical, and I like his sassy humorism and also his backstory. And I'm also the one that sonorize the efforts in combat. So that's my voice, and that's why I'm pretty attached to it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and mine is Rantantum, that is the third character, and he has these issues with his father, so I relate to him, and and also like his ingenuity and creativity, stubbornness. So I feel sympathy for him. But,
Okay.
Yeah, I personally just got to the castle and met a big beefy guy there. I don't remember his name. Is he one of the 6 characters that ally with you? Because I just assumed he was. Oh,
He's
that makes me
Sapayan.
sad.
He's the brother of one of the characters that you will.
Okay.
recruit.
Yeah.
Okay.
He talks about that he's looking for his sister.
Yeah.
And yeah, but he is a constant. You will meet him frequently.
Okay, good, because I was really enjoying him. He was weird. I liked it.
Yeah, at first it was just we put him only in a specific place, and then we realized that it was a really cool character, and we decided to put him everywhere, in every biome, in every level. You can meet him and chat with him.
Nice.
And I think we talked about Mauen a little. We didn't talk about Serenglin or Serengalen.
Yes.
And was it Chaska?
Yes.
So let's hear about them.
Well, so Chaska is partly is a dog, a mix between a dog and a lizard, and his skin is the one that is most closer to the religion of the world. That is the religion of the only one. That is this great god that 500 years before the beginning of the games came to Italy, and every century he just gets some one person from each kin, and he grants special powers to them to help their kin. And Chaska is one of the scale moyed, so his skin is called scale moyed, and she is one of sorry, I'll start over. Her kin is the one that is most close to this religion. They are follower of this religion, and so her tribe decided that her path was to be one of the champion of each kin, to be selected by the only one, but she didn't want to felt that she could not choose, and she decided to abandon this path. So that's why also her brother is looking for her, because her brother is still pretty indoctrinated. So he doesn't like that his sister had this act of rebellion. And her kind of loneliness is the fact that he felt trapped, because her fate was already decided, and she's trying to find out her own way. And
Like that.
the last one is Sarangalin, that he's an old witch. Her kin is a mix between cats and abyssal fish. That's why she has that strange lamp on his head. And her story is related to the fact that at some point his population decided that old people were not useful anymore. They were just keeping the progress back. So they exiled all the old people into the marshes nearby. and she's trying to revert this action. At first, she will try to get her help from Mawen. That's how we will meet her. And her loneliness is related to the fact that he has a lot of struggle on how the way things are in the present, and he remembers how glorious was the past for her, and he wants to get the past back, and then she will need to realize that there is a middle ground, some way to not overstep neither on young people, neither on old people, because they both have values in a society. I hope I was clear with my bad English.
No, you're good. You're good. I was going to say that was way deeper than I got into Sarengallen. That's awesome. I was just like, woo, poison.
I'm looking online for like preparing myself for later in the game, and I'm seeing that Chaska's Whirlwind is like crazy OP.
Yeah, I agree.
So you talked a little bit about some of the cultures. You have a pretty full world with different biomes and cultures. Tell us about the different cultures and stuff in the game and the biomes.
Yeah, I can go on it, and so we give a break to Simone, and the challenge of the Lonesome Guild as a development team was we started to develop a game around a book. So having Brighter was really positive, but at the same time was really challenging because they brought us really cool stuff, and most of the time we were like, okay, this is really cool. How can we deliver it to the players? And one part of that are the cultures that characterize the world. So you start the game that you are in this really cozy forest environment that is called Arcularium. It's a region of the world, and it's inhabited by the Curliquill. That is these people that are half capybaras, half porcupine, and so all the culture is built around the fact that they use the spines, both as weapons. The needles, thank you.
Yeah.
As weapons, but also as a tool for craft. And when you get into the town, you can see that all the roof of the houses are made of hairs, and the buttons are the emblem of their kin. And so all the art team and the narrative work and also the game design work to give life to this kind of characteristics. And the second biome that you enter is Nunwit, and you start to get more into the story that involves ghosts and know the world and the ritual of the only one. That gets these champions once every century and grant them wishes and powers. And Nunwit is this desertic area that, and this is an example I always like to make when they ask me about the Lonesome Guild. Is Nunwit once upon a time was a sea. And but when there was this champion of the kin of Nunwit that transformed the sea into the walls of the city, and so all the region became a desert, and the kin are those half otter and half mantis. I'm correct, Simone? No, I could be wrong on that. And all the society is built around the fact that they were a sea culture, but now they live in a desert in this huge city that is surrounded by this vertical sea. So when you venture in Nunwit, you can see small details like the plants are corals. There is sea foam in the air that is actually salt. And when you go to the nearby, when you enter actually in the city, that will be one of the first challenge that you have there. You actually see the port that has ships that goes up and down. And of course, at the beginning of the game, we were thinking, we could make a level where you actually fight while traveling on this vertical sea. Then in the final game, we haven't been able to do that part, but most of the production of the game was, we have these really cool ideas. How can we make the players experience something like that? And the third culture is Eunymonia. That is the one of Sarangalin, and you are in this...
Also, to add to Nunwit, one of the cool stuff is that as a rite of passage, Nunwitian people needs to go deep into the sea and rise up to the star. They grab a star, and the star will grant him some kind of magical power. Some useless and some really powerful. For example, the one that Mawen has is one of the most powerful, the power to grant wishes of others. But some guys just get the power to open doors or change their hair, something like that.
Yeah, so that characterized the culture of Mawen, and thank you, Simone, because there is so much lore that it's easy even for ourselves that made the game to get lost. Then we have Eunymonia, that is the third biome, that is in this rainy region, and it's a culture of warrior, and the king is inspired by cat and abyssal fish. And those warriors actually had historical fights with the people of Arcolarium. So going through the game, you will see also how these historical rivalries will impact the story. And then we have also the Soot Pipes. That is the region of Primeval Parish. Is this town, mining town in the mountains in a snowy environment. That is where Mr. Fox is from. And the last one is Espirituori. That is a region in a rocky desert. That is where the king of Chaska is living, and is one of the last part you get into the game. But we had all these. We actually had a book that was describing all these cultures, the story of the cultures, not only the story of the characters that actually you're gonna lead through this adventure, but also why those characters are in that moment of their life. And how the society has been shaped through history. And it's something that we try to deliver with all the contents and tools that we add into the game.
Very cool. Very, very cool. So we talked about the other characters. We talked about some of the world. Ghost is kind of a pivotal character in all this. We haven't talked a lot about Ghost. Specifically in combat, you have this really neat system where Ghost can jump between people, possessing them to give that member a boost. Tell us more about the combat system.
Yeah. Simone, can I go?
Yeah.
I'm ready. So
yeah, you can go. If you need a break, I can go.
I'm the talkative one.
Yeah, I know.
But they don't, so I'm the talkative one in the team. So Ghost was born from this really cute idea of what could be more lonely than someone that can't even give a hug. So from that really cute premise of our writers, Ghost was born, and he plays this central role in the story, and also game design wise is really interesting because during the adventure it really represents the perspective of the player because it has no memories. So the same way as the players get the pad, start the game, and needs to learn the story about this world, also Ghost in itself discover simultaneously what the players are discovering. And this character, of course, not having a body, through the adventure you discover that has this power to fuse with the other character and help them in combat. And that It's something that start to work on the idea of being together to fight the loneliness. And so the combat system that you get in the final game is the result of many attempt prototypes that the team made. But the idea that always went through was to work around the concept of togetherness. So in the Lonesome Guild, during the combat phase, you have this starting animation that we put in order to show the ghost possess one of the characters that you are controlling as a player, and also to see who you are going to face. And then during combat, the designer came out with all these mechanics that incentivize you not to just stick to your favorite character, like Simone would have played just with Mr. Fox, but in the Lonesome Guild, you're incentivized to switch because once in a while the characters of your party ask Ghost support, and if you switch to the character that is asking the support, he gets a boost in damage, and also in how can I say it in English? In producing this energy that we call ghost energy, that then let you perform the team abilities and change the results of the fight. But for making example, the prototype was having a tactical phase that you were able to pause the game, and the main challenge was to try to create a combat that convey the teamwork. It's fun, it's understandable what's going on, because when you put a party of 3 characters plus enough enemies to make it challenging, it can become a brawl really easy. You don't understand what's going on screen. And so the team designed these mechanics that give you this grip to jump from one character to another through the help of Ghost, and then release support abilities, that is the combo of the two. Each time you charge the bar, you get a maximum of 2 support abilities, that is, you can trigger going next to another character with the one you are controlling. If you press the A input, if I remember well, there is a power that is the combo of the powers of the 2 characters. So, for making example, Rantrum gives you a shield if you do the support, and Da Vinci gives you a heal. So if you play the support with these 2 characters, you get both the shield on all characters and the heal for the characters that are nearby. And each character, Mr. Fox gives attack speed, Chasket gives life steal, so it has been designed to reflect the character themselves, but also to give the players a highly customizable team according to the style they prefer. And once you fill the bar, you can release the ghost power, that is the power, the unification of the power of all the party that blasts the arena with this really powerful blow. And that's the combat of the Lonesome Guild.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
Playing it, it should be easier to understand it than explaining it.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was pretty intuitive, actually.
Cool.
So my next question is a bit of a departure from that. Did you guys know early on in development that you'd want to release on consoles?
Yes, we already know we wanted to do Xbox and PlayStation.
Very cool.
We just delayed the Switch because we knew that to release on Switch we would have needed to lower the quality of the whole project, because you need to have low poly assets and textures, lower quality textures, and all the levels need to be designed to be more performant. So we decided to not go on Switch and just push on the most performing platform so that we could reach a higher visual quality.
Very cool.
Yes. Especially because team, as you can see, is very strong in art. So we were afraid that trying to push it also on hardware like the Switch one, that at the time the Switch 2 wasn't announced, would have been too much of a challenge for our team, and we would have risked to damage the power of our team that is delivering art, as you can see.
Will you be going back to rework on a Switch version, or are you guys going to possibly focus just on a Switch 2 version, or both? Any ideas?
So something that we discussed with Don't Nod Entertainment, that is our publisher. At the moment, it's not planned. And of course, if the games becomes a huge success, would be something that will help us to think to do a porting. And we try, as soon as the Switch 2 came out, we were in late development of the game, and we tried to see if there was opportunity, but at the moment we haven't been able to even get the development kit from Nintendo.
I am not at all shocked by hearing that. Apparently those are really hard to get.
Yeah, so we cannot even understand if it runs on that machine.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't understand why Nintendo does that.
It's a pity for developers like us, because once you invest 3 years of your life of 50 people, you wish to let your work to be played as the player prefers in the platform that they love. And of course, if the occasion came, we would be more than happy to do a porting for Nintendo.
Yeah, also it would be a good fit probably for the Switch.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Right now there is the Steam Deck, if you want to.
Oh, yeah.
It's verified on Steam Deck, and that's the satisfaction that we got from it. That is good.
I'm going to tangent us for a second because it's what I'm good at. You have a game called Blind. Is there any chance that you guys might go into that and make it to where it can be played by people who don't have VR headsets?
No, there is no plan. Actually, we would have a technical issue because it's made with a very old version of the engine, and that means that we should reopen the project back, update all the SDK and the libraries, and it will be really, really costly, unfortunately.
Fair. And shame.
Yeah, that's a shame. We know that maybe commercially it could be smart, but the concept of the game was actually made for VR. So the fact that you are in a black environment, in a dark environment, and then you can see just little bits of the stuff that you can enlight with sounds. That's what makes the concept great. So it's really good in VR, while without the VR, I personally think, but I'm not talking for my CEO, it's a little less powerful as a concept, unfortunately.
Okay.
I think Shaki's upset. You can't play VR because you're legally blind, correct?
Because I have seizures. I'm legally blind, so anytime I find games where a character is legally blind, especially if it's a game like Blind is, I really want to play them, and then some of them are VR only, and I'm like, oh, I can't play VR. That'll give me a seizure, and then I won't remember what I did.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's a shame. That was the game where tinyBuild Studios start from as a startup, and the idea was to try to let people experience what does it mean to be blind. So probably if you're a blind player, you will not get something new. I mean, from that experience, and And
yeah, but it's always
real.
fun.
I just kind of want to hear your review of VR game now after a seizure. Like, Aki, what did you think of this game? I don't fucking know. How am I here?
I mean, I've done it before.
True.
Yeah, like one of the scariest games I ever played, like one that I never even finished because I was so scared I couldn't go back to it because it provoked such anxiety, was a game where you were blind, and it was visually very similar to your game Blind. It was called Perception.
Yeah.
And I like games like that. I love stuff like that. That is so cool. Just maybe not necessarily horror, because that gets real scary real quick.
Yeah, actually, Blind
scary.
is not horror. We try to avoid everything that was related to horror. No jump scare, no. There is a huge monster, but it's not presented in an horror way. It's more of a psychological thriller than an horror. But yeah,
Nice. God, this makes me wish I could play it even more.
So you're not working on an 8-year port of Blind. What is tinyBuild Studios working on for the future?
So right now we are, of course, looking at how the public will perceive the Lonesome Guild.
Has the reception been so far?
But it has been really positive. We noticed that players that get to the end of the game give us even ratings that we didn't expect. So like 90s. And they really get into what we try to make. And that's a huge satisfaction for us. Still, we notice that because how the market is going nowadays, not many players tried the game. So we are a bit concerned about that. We know that the same day we released the Lonesome Guild, more than 500 games have been released simultaneously on Steam.
yeah, the same week.
And so the market has changed a lot. Also for small realities like us, probably if we deliver a game like Lonesome Guilds 5 or 8 years ago, we would have received way more feedback. And of course, when you go on quantity, you get a more precise rating of your work, because not everybody will like what we have done, of course.
No.
But right now, the ratings are really positive. Of course, as developers, we watch Steam feedbacks, the discussion hub, we watch videos. And right now, the perception is really positive. Unfortunately, not as many players that we would have wished have tried the game yet.
Do you think
You have a demo?
What?
Oh, do you
Bri
have a
asked if you
demo?
had a demo. I was going to ask something different, but we'll go
we
with hers
released
first.
There is a demo in June, and that was taking you to the first 2 sections of the game. So it was closing at the end of the castle.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if it's still up, Simone.
No, the marketing at .node thought that it was smart to remove it for the launch of the game.
Okay.
And I know the plan is to put it back at some point, but we do not have a schedule right now.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, we will know when it's back, because at the time we made it in June, and at the end our art director produced this screen that was like calling to the players, hey, put it on wishlist now. So as soon as they ask us to change the screen, we will be able to put a new demo up.
You mentioned so many games releasing the same week that Lonesome Guild came out. As your company's been around for over a decade now, have you just found it that much harder as the years go on to stand out among, honestly, the shit and the slop that's sitting on Steam and all the other storefronts?
Yeah, it's something that, of course, for a studio like tinyBuild Studios, we had to do a lot of work of hire. Game development in Italy is something new, mostly. So there are some realities that are working for more than 30 years, but there are really few in Italy. For us was the first time that we present a product of this quality and this size. But according also to Don't Nod Entertainment or talking with people in the industries in general, it's really hard today because it's not just that there is a lot of products, but there are also a lot of good products on the market. And the time of the players is still the same. And probably it's a problem worldwide, especially in the Western society. The money is less for everyone. And so even if you do a good work of art with your best effort, doesn't mean that you will succeed nowadays. While 8 to 10 years ago, if you were able to assemble something like the Lonesome Guild, we would have been way more easier to be a commercial success.
Yeah.
And that's that. Then we got to philosophical thinking on the market, and it's a good thing for the players, but at the same time make us new realities struggle way more to try to make something different, and that's why we get a lot of sequels, because it's less risky.
So we'd like to ask sometimes what some of your inspirations were, but I think I'm more interested in specifically, since you've made an action-based RPG, do you guys have some favorite RPGs that you remember playing that might have inspired some of this? I don't know, or just some favorites, just because I'm curious.
Go, Simone.
Yeah, as a kid, I always loved the Final Fantasy series. So,
do you have a favorite Final Fantasy?
Yeah, for me it's the 8 because it's the first one I played. So for me, it will be always the best.
That is not a common answer. I will give you credit.
It is not. Yeah,
not a common answer. So props to that.
That's because 12 is the correct answer.
6 is the correct.
6 is the correct answer.
For me, it's 8. But I also love the more European RPG, something less RPG. For example, that's something like Death's Door, Tunic, that stuff. I think that's something that we can see in the Lonesome Guild, being both.
Tunic was fantastic.
Yeah, it was a great game. And I really love those. Right now, I'm not into JRPG anymore. I prefer European ones, but yeah.
What are your thoughts on the term Eurojank? Like Two Worlds, Divinity. Like it's not the most flattering title, but I think it is like it embraces like the clunkiness of that era of gaming, and I think it's kind of a term of endearment. I love the genre. What are your feelings on the genre and the name for it?
So I think I've never... Yeah, you heard the name? I never heard the name.
No, Eurojank? Eurojank. That's an American thing.
It could be.
You, Luca, heard the name?
No, I never heard it, but I guess if there is a definition, it's because they fall in a category.
It's just like that general, the European RPG that just, I feel like the characters might be a little too big or the hitboxes might be a little too big, so things just kind of like bump into each other a lot. There's just some jankiness to it, but it's still good.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's cool if, like, of course, making games was a way for us to transform a hobby in a job. And still, what personally I like to do, I still try a lot of games, invest a lot of time in it, and I have to thank my wife and my family that let me do that, because as you do, having a podcast like this, you know well how much time it takes you to try everything on the market.
Oh yeah.
And so what I personally think is very cool to have in a genre like RPG different approach. So to have a Japanese, European, and American approach. There was some years that they got streamlined, so all the development studio were trying to do the same thing, and mostly aiming at the American market. That is really a good market for investors, as you may know. So when a product like World of Warcraft came out, it was just a tsunami that went through all over the world, and all the people start to move more in that direction. But then we have in Europe realities like CD Projekt Red and a more technical approach compared to other games that I think it's cool to have it. And hopefully we will grow up in something different and unique, so that Japanese American can try European style of games, and as we European try Japanese American style of games and still enjoy them.
And of course, take influence from each other. You know, make melting pots of backgrounds and genres. It's crazy to see what gaming has become over the past decade or so, especially with the flood of releases that come out. So many genres get tackled that we would have never imagined, like Ship Graveyard Simulator. Where the hell did that come from?
Yeah.
Like, who would have thought of that? Chorecore is Bri's favorite genre right now. Power wash, lawn sim, spray paint sim, hotel renovator, like that. Where did this genre even come from? And now it's just blowing up. I guess that's what happens when you go from like 10 games a week. Even on Xbox now, we're getting like 30, 40, 50 games a week.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Who could keep up with that?
Yeah, it's tricky. The market changed a lot, and one thing that we are discussing as tinyBuild Studios is the fact that we are looking at those games, and we think is an approach of developers to try to stand out in the market. So instead of trying to make your dream game like it was years ago, or what we did with the Lonesome Guild, that was kind of, I think it represents the dream game of many developers. Of course, it's not the dream of one person, but it's the contribution of the dreams of all the development team. Doesn't guarantee you success. While if you do a game that stands out, like Power Wash Simulator, games like that, even with the social media presence nowadays, grant you more visibility. That's why we start to see.
But also I think that some games like Power Wash Simulator or those games where you need to clean stuff they seem silly, but they actually are based on some atomic feeling that every human has. Because I remember when we were making Blind when we were doing playtests, a lot of people just throw books around in the room, and then they wanted to put them back in a really ordered way, and they had to tell them that was not the game, it was not necessary to put them back, and they always tell me that it was fun. So probably for a lot of people there is some excitement in doing stuff that for other people feels boring, like ordering stuff or washing stuff, because I don't like to wash my car, so why do I have to play a game where I need to wash my car? But for some people, I think it is rewarding, and probably that's also that, other than the market fit and the fact that they could be memeable games, for example.
I think anything where I feel like I have a sense of control over my world is a rewarding experience. So, yes.
Yeah.
Instead of cleanup, what about destruction? Like, could we get Tiny Bull in a China Shop Simulator?
It would be a great game. We are pitching it tomorrow.
That's one good idea. I told you we had one per episode.
If we do it, we will give you credit.
All right.
Works for me. Special thanks to us in the crowd. I know we've been chatting for quite a while. Is there anything that you guys want to talk about that we didn't bring up? I did not realize we've been going this long.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was fun, yeah.
It was really fun. Not specifically like there's a guild, but the Lonesome Guild, I lost my capability to speak. The Lonesome Guild is out in the store. You can find it on Steam, PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and is the work of love of 50 Italian developers. For most of them, it's also their first game. We really hope that the players that have the time to take it and play it can feel all the passion and time and love we put into it. So that's my closure.
To all 50 plus of you for a fantastic experience. I want to ask our buddy Purnell if he had any comments that he wanted to send our way with the interview. And he said, just that I love that they went in the direction they did for the premise and the concept of friendship and connection being a main plot point. I like more bright games for a dim world. I bought it on that alone.
Thank you.
And then I said our first comments were the colorfulness. He's like, wow, you guys were thorough. I'm like, we did kind of okay this time.
Yeah, that's good.
Aki, any final questions on your end?
No.
Nothing? Bri,
I'm
how about you?
dead now.
No, I got all my questions answered.
All right. Well, my final question is, Luca and Simone, where can people keep up to date with you, what you're doing, and what's in store with tinyBuild Studios?
So we have Simone.
No, you can go.
Okay, we have a website. Now that we release, made this major release. We are even thinking to create a community and maybe a Discord page. But mainly right now we are relying on our website. So as soon as we have something that we are sure that we can cook for the next years, we will start to let the people know.
Yeah, we also have some interaction on Reddit and all the social by Don't Nod Entertainment. So about the Lonesome Guild, they are the one in charge. And for next project, we'll see. It will take some time.
You can also follow us on Instagram. It's a bit old social media, but of course, it matches our generation.
All the stuff that influencers says in their videos.
Hey, I'll take Instagram over Twitter these days. So I like Blue Sky. I'm happy on Blue Sky.
Same.
Now, I want to thank you two for coming on, hanging out with us, being a part of the show. It was an absolutely awesome chat with you two. We are going to take a quick break with the show. We will be back with more. We got news and reviews to tackle. Jacob will be by, probably, we think. Maybe, who cares? Flip a coin, we'll decide. We're going to play a tune. We'll be right back. Simone, Luca, any final words to end the interview?
Go, Simone.
Yeah, that's a hard one. I didn't prepare anything. I will say hello.
Thank you for your time. It's a pleasure for us to share it, and let's see you in game. Because it like that. Bye.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks again to the Lonesome Guild crew for coming on, hanging out with us, chatting about the Lonesome Guild, as it was an interview for the Lonesome Guild. Right, Aki and Bri?
Yes.
Maybe.
You were there, you know it was.
I don't know. I may not have been there.
You know who wasn't there?
Yes. Jacob.
Both of my nipples.
Jacob wasn't there. But he's here now. How you doing, Jacob?
I'm doing, just sitting here with my dog Angus. He's wishing like he was getting fed, but instead he's here, hanging out on his elephant, looking cute and dapper.
Elephant?
Yeah. Oh gosh, this was when my oldest kid was like 3, maybe 2. We were in like a thrift store, and he saw this it's not like a pillow pet, but like kind of like a pillow pet, and it's just like a big stuffed elephant that's just flat and like you can lay on it and stuff. So my oldest was just like, "Oh, Daddy, can I really have this?" Blah 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 blah, and like he played with it for like a day, and then just like left it on the ground. Never picked it up, and within like a week, Angus was like, "Oh, well, this is now my new bed," and so Angus just claimed it as his, and it's been his for years. So nice. Now I tell him, "Go lay on your elephant," and he'll go lay on his elephant, and he looks very cute and adorable.
That is cute.
I approve wholeheartedly.
Good stuff. How's everyone's week?
Decent.
It's been kind of busy. I'm prepping for vacation, getting stuff done.
Oh, where are you going on vacation? Or do you not want to say?
Oh no, I can say. I am going to do historical reenactment stuff across 3 time periods. So I'll be doing a medieval reenactment on Saturday. I will be going to spend some time at Colonial Williamsburg. I won't be reenacting there, but I'll be going to the Living History Museums because I've never done Colonial Williamsburg. And then after Thanksgiving, for the rest of the weekend, I will be doing costumed historic interpretation at Jamestown, like I do every Thanksgiving. So,
my parents actually had their honeymoon at Williamsburg.
Nice.
I think it was there one time when we went to Busch Gardens a long-ass time ago.
I actually still have the tri-corner hat that they bought from there.
Wear it.
I should. I know I have it in a box somewhere. I used to put it on top of my globe. But yeah.
We have a cheese head on our Master Chief helmet from Halo 3.
That's fair, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if I still had my Halo 3 collector's edition out and about, yeah, I could do that with it.
Yeah, I'll take pictures and post them in the Adventures of Bri of the cool things I see.
Nice.
I just keep hearing someone in this room is trying to go after someone, and I can't see who.
Oh, one of your cats.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about one of us.
No, I'm pretty sure Butter's trying to attack someone. He went after Coltrane already, and she jumped up into her corner. So he's such a little dick.
Well, someone has to be. Might as well be him, I guess.
Well, since we had a pretty chunky interview, how about we dive right into the news?
Yeah.
Let's do this.
All right. We had an Xbox partner preview this week. A lot of cool games were shown and talked about. A handful of launches, surprise launches. And every single game on the presentation was Play Anywhere.
Awesome. Nice. Love to see it.
You got the PC, you got the fucking $1,000 Ally X. There you go. They started the show off with the game Armitus.
Yep. Second game ever made by these devs.
What was the first game that they made?
A PlayStation exclusive called Godfall.
That is on Xbox.
Oh, I thought it was...
Didn't I review that? I thought I did.
Oh, I thought that was an exclusive. That's everything I saw on it. Was it?
Godfall.
Okay.
Yeah. Came to Xbox like a year or two after.
Yeah, I did. That was a fun game. I liked it. You should check it out, Aki. I think you might like it.
It kind of got shit on near launch because, it was the beginning of a new generation and it was more like tech demo-y than a full-out game. It kind of reminded me of Rise in that it was a really good showcase of what could be done with the console, but it wasn't necessarily like the greatest story or the greatest experience. Looking back, though, Rise is pretty great.
I still haven't played that. I have it. I've never played it.
Should. The friggin' Xbox One launch game.
Yes.
But yeah, Armitus is a third-person roguelite shooter in a demon-infested Paris. So.
It looks interesting. That's for sure.
It does indeed. It just has a general 2026 release, so we will find more in the future. Next up was The Mound, Omen of Cthulhu, releasing summer 2026.
I am there for that one.
That does not at all shock me.
I know. It's like Pirates meets Cthulhu, and yes.
It kind of reminded me of Left 4 Dead, but more Cthulhu-y.
Yes, it does have Left 4 Dead vibes, for sure.
Left for Sea of Thieves.
Yes.
God.
Next up. Surprise! Dave the Diver's out on Xbox now.
Yay!
Finally.
Now, is that going to have like all of the old DLC that they did before?
I don't know.
Because I know that they did Godzilla.
I believe it will because the Godzilla DLC was brought back for at least a period of time.
Yeah, it's right here. Oh my god. What is the age rating for this E10? Oh my god, my kids are going to be like, we need to play this.
It's a fun game. I thoroughly enjoy it.
Well, I mean, Gigabash finally... Yeah, the DLC is free for it, so I'm just going to grab that right now while I'm looking at it. But like Gigabash finally went on sale, and so my kids are trying to like count their pennies and like estimating like how quick it'll be till they can earn the Godzilla DLC for that.
Fair.
Oh, what the fuck? Oh,
I don't know
okay.
what the fuck.
Oh no, I was like going through all the different DLC, and like I could have sworn that the Ichiban's holiday thing was marked as free, and now it's $6.99. Yeah, I see that now. Thank you.
But there will be a new Dave the Diver piece of content. I don't know if it's an expansion, a separate game, DLC called Into the Jungle. It'll be out early 2026.
I think that's going to be a new game, but I'm also not entirely sure. They have not provided as much information about that as one would hope.
True. After that, Crown Sworn. It's like a Hollow Knight-ish kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where you play as a plague doctor, looking person, at least. That looked kind of interesting.
That is slated for all platforms and will be on Game Pass. So, yay.
Nice.
Good shit there. More good shit. Echo Generation 2 is coming.
Yes. That's
Hells
exciting.
to the yes on that. I absolutely love everything Coco Cucumber does. So,
And if you didn't play the first Echo Generation, the Midnight Edition is on sale in the Black Friday sale right now for like $8.54.
damn.
I may have to pick that up. Yeah.
I was gonna mention the sale coming up, but damn, that's a good way to mention it.
Yeah.
Jacob, thank you for your 19-month sub. That $2 will eventually go to paying for Coco's ashes. So thank you. Vampire Survivors has a new project coming out. Not new DLC, a whole new thing. Vampire Crawlers. Coming as soon as they think it's ready to all platforms.
Okay, what is it? A dungeon crawler?
Nope, it is no longer top down.
Okay.
It is more like 3D. I think there's cards in there.
Yeah, it's going to end up being a 3D dungeon crawler like you find occasionally on Steam. It looks okay. I think you'll end up enjoying it, Jacob, because
Deal world-ending combos and blitz through infested dungeons. Vampire Crawlers, the turbo wildcard from Vampire Survivors, is a classical turn-based deck builder with roguelite elements.
Woohoo!
That's what the Steam page says. And the full title is Vampire Crawlers, the turbo wildcard from Vampire Survivors.
Name is entirely too damn long.
No,
Jesus.
it is not. It could be significantly longer. And if they
Just
really
make it
cared,
even too
it
long.
would be. Says they're aiming for early to mid 26. So we will see how that goes.
Okay, nice.
Had a new video for 007 First Light.
God, that game looks so fucking cool. I'm excited. The start of that video was pointless.
And then there was a game called Roadside Research where aliens are running a store.
Yes,
Yes.
a gas station. It looks
You two
great.
were excited as fuck about this one.
It looks so
interesting.
cute.
Yeah.
Basically, for anyone not in the know, you play as aliens that are wearing paper masks of people's faces, and you're trying to understand people for a takeover, while also trying to avoid, the FBI and shit.
Yeah.
And it looks really cute.
Now it's coming out early next year, so more info in due time. Next game that was shown off was a little horror shooty kind of game that Aki wanted called Total Chaos. Best part, it's out today. Better part, Aki and Bri both have it for next week.
Yes.
So,
Review incoming.
yeah, I saw it was due today, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to send an email. And then, like, 5 minutes later, it's like, here you go, Aki.
Yeah, and it's on Game Pass too.
Oh, is it? Nice. Yep. I'll have to add that to the Game Pass lineup. There, it's added to the Game Pass lineup. Good thing we're talking about that next, huh?
Mm-hmm.
After Total Chaos was Reanimal hitting everything February 13th.
Oh, that looks so fucking cool.
Yep.
Tell us more about it, because I really don't know much about this one.
It's Tarsier's new baby, the makers of Little Nightmares, and it's a multiplayer horror experience where you have to work together to survive in the environment. Yeah,
it's Little Nightmares 3, but probably slightly better.
Yeah. I still haven't played Little Nightmares 3. It's on my wish list.
Yeah, same here. I heard, sadly, it wasn't as good as the others, which is a shame. But apparently it wasn't terrible.
Releases on Valentine's Day, Friday the 13th. Carnage, Valentine's Day is the 14th.
Oh, Scotty.
Yeah. After Reanimal is another all-caps title called Erosion, which is hitting 2026 early access on PC and Xbox PC, and it will hit later on Xbox console and PS5.
Don't remember that one.
I think Jacob might actually like that one.
What game?
Erosion.
It's a voxel twin stick like horde killing game. It kind of reminds me of Vampire Survivors, except for you actually have to control where you're aiming. I think you might like it.
Checking it out now. There's
interesting. From the people who did Last Case of Benedict Fox.
Huh. Oh, that was a great game.
Devs, yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
Very interesting. Your daughter's been kidnapped. Every death costs you a decade. Interesting. Explore a roguelike open world where your actions reshape the timeline. Join a cult, steal a ride, gamble cheddar. Collect 100 plus weapons and abilities. Demolish destructible voxel dungeons. And you save her before time steals her away. Sounds cool as fuck.
Seems depressing.
That's pretty cool. I don't know.
That is going on the wish list.
Fair.
Next one. The one that I thought should have been titled Murder Furries. A game called Zoopunk from TI Games. There's a bunny just fucking everything up in this game.
Yeah. It's all anthropomorphic animals, and it is very like post-apocalyptic, cyberpunky, and it didn't tell us very much about it, but man, it looked fucking awesome.
It reminded me
There's also
when Grant was on the other week and we talked about just adding the word punk to words.
Yeah.
Fair.
Zoopunk.
It isn't a great name, but it'll do.
This
for
is
now.
even more interesting. It's set in the same world as Fist, forged in Shadow Torch.
Oh, yeah.
Same
That
world.
doesn't shock me. Very nice.
Same dev.
Interesting.
Very
nice.
Cool. Yeah, it'll hit Series, PS5, Steam, Epic, and Microsoft Store.
Yeah, and the main character seems to be a bunny, but there's also two other characters: a rhino that's a big hulking dude with a fuck off hammer, and a squirrel girl who has guns.
Nope,
I
chipmunk.
think. Chipmunk. Oh,
it is Bratton the rhino, Rayton the rabbit, and Trixie the chipmunk.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice. I am totally wanting to play as the chipmunk.
Knowing it's made by the devs of Fist has me so much more interested in this, and it was already very high on my list.
All right.
Good.
So,
Good.
Surprise! Clover Pit's out today.
Yeah.
I think Jacob would like that game too.
Have you seen that one, Jacob?
I have not.
It's a...
I didn't get to see any of the presentation, so...
Well, Clover Pit's been on PC for a little. It's kind of been taking the worldish by storm in a Balatro kind of way.
Okay.
It's also on Game Pass.
Ooh, even better.
Roguelite horror game, not a slot machine simulator. Gamble your life in a never-ending debt simulator. Why would I want to play my current life?
Because this one's
Just
scary.
figure out how to get out of it. That too.
Because this one you can survive.
Oh, God. This one at least helps my achievement, or my get more achievements on Xbox and boost my gamer score.
Next up was an update for Hitman. Eminem is going to kill Slim Shady.
Such a weird fucking thing.
Such a weird, elusive target. Hits December 1st. It features Eminem, Marshall Mathers, trying to kill Slim Shady, played by Marshall Mathers.
I am honestly just kind of shocked that it's still going. I would have thought that they would have ended making new exclusive targets like years ago at this point.
I think they've been consistently putting them out for years.
They have, and I'm amazed.
It's crazy.
They really care about keeping the game, something that people can play and still find new shit in. I appreciate that.
Next game that was shown off is for Xbox, PlayStation, PC. I'm getting that info out first because the rest of what I wrote just says Tides of Annihilation looks awesome as fuck, and I'll just let Aki rave here.
Yes. Oh my god, it looks so good. It opened with 2 hot chicks, and that's really all that matters. It is a hack and slash Souls-like, it appears, and it looks fucking awesome. It has been on my wish list for over a year now, because I think we saw it at E3 like 2 years ago or something, and I've wanted it since then, and I am excited because it looks fucking awesome. It was an entire boss battle, basically, and it was so fucking kick-ass. Oh, I want it so bad.
Bri, what did you think of this one?
Not my style, but it looked pretty awesome.
Very much like an action roguelite, or not roguelite, Souls-like. Action Souls-like,
Yep.
Yeah, it looks pretty crazy. There's a Steam page if you want to wish list it now and see some pretty pictures, bitches,
of some pretty ladies.
And Dagrons. Final game they showed off. Raji is getting a sequel.
Yes.
Called Raji Kaluyuga?
Kaluyuga.
Yep.
Kaluyuga? I must have an extra U in there.
Probably.
That is from Notting Head Games, obviously the developers of Raji. It'll hit everything next year.
Sweet.
The first game was so fun. I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's going to be so awesome.
Overall, for what was basically just like a 35-minute show, B+.
That was really good.
It was quick. It was concise. There weren't a ton of games, but there were a ton of good games. A bunch of shadow drop. We had 3 shadow drops?
2 or 3, yeah.
Dave the Diver, Total Chaos, and Clover Pit.
And Clover Pit, yeah. I about Dave the Diver already.
007. We could have done without 007, I think, because we know what the fuck it is. I think that was a wasted slot, but everything else.
And its trailer was bad. It was like the whole start of that trailer was talking about the fucking car. And I was like, I mean, if this was a Horizon, whatever, the racing game, sure, that would have made sense.
I was trying to figure out if that was a crossover with Forza or not.
That's what I thought it was
at all. So
I must have glazed over during that and totally missed the entire presentation of 007.
You missed nothing.
It was shit.
That is not a good... that's not good for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone who wants that game already knows they want it. There was it didn't need to be shown.
Everyone who owns that game already knows they own it if they want it.
Everyone who wants that game knows they want it.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a really, really good partner preview, though. I am incredibly disappointed it did not end with Silent Hill 2.
Yeah.
I think everyone expected it to end with Silent Hill 2 because, shocker, it's coming out tomorrow. It's not a rumor. It is on the Xbox store, and it is buyable in New Zealand hours ago. So it is out now. It's just not announced.
And it's also on like a huge discount, too.
I think it's like half off launch sale. Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So grab it quick if you can. Let's talk Game Pass Ultimate, because we got a bunch of shit joining Game Pass Ultimate. This week, yesterday, we got Moonlighter 2 on PC.
Nice.
No console yet, but eventually. Today, we got Monsters Are Coming, Rock and Road on PC.
Okay.
As well as 2 things called Total Chaos and Clover Pit. Never heard of them.
No, weird.
Yeah. I wish I knew what they were, so we could have talked about them earlier. And then the crew Motorfest joined.
Nice. Very nice.
Very good with season 3 just launching. Grant talked about that recently, so there you go. Next week on the 25th, 2 games, both bangers. Banishers Ghost of New Eden. Kill It With Fire 2.
Yay!
Nice.
Kill It With Fire 2.
Yuppers. December 1st. This might be the one of the lineup. December 1st is Marvel Cosmic Invasion.
I don't actually know anything about that game.
That's is the arcade fighter beat 'em up.
Yeah.
Made by like .emu.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Should be very, very good. Jake, I'm gonna let you down easily now. We're told we're likely getting Steam keys for that.
Yeah, no.
If we get it.
If we get it.
Yeah. I asked them, hey man, super high demand on this one. Shocker, by the way. Marvel game with high demand. If we get it, it might be Steam. If we get it. I don't think we will, but that's what happens when big titles come out. And December 2nd, Lost Records of Bloom and Rage.
I'm so excited that that's coming to Game Pass. That was such a good game. It's actually in my my list of the year. I haven't exactly ordered which one is, the top 5, but it's up there in my top 20 right now. So for the year for indies. So
much lesbianism.
Yes, that too.
I approve.
I will be honest, I can't remember 20 games I played this year.
Oh,
Nor can I.
All right.
I know I played Avowed.
Yeah.
Because for the entire spring, that's the only game I play.
Jesus.
It's funny to look at true achievements and see the graph of my achievement percent. Climb, plateau right around February. I was fucking budged.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a decent game.
I liked it. A lot of people shit on Avowed because it's such a casual RPG. I love Avowed because it's such a casual RPG. They removed all the fluff and bullshit from that game.
Matter of fact, they've added some free updates to it too. Have you played it since those came out? They made it to where it was easier to get resources, where resources would respawn more often. I think enemies now respawn a little more quickly, so you can farm crap from them a little better. And I think they added a new game plus, maybe? I think.
I don't know.
That was a long while ago. I have to give it a look and
replay it. I'm annoyed at the fact that when you beat the game, you can't go back. There is a definite point of no return. It alerts you so you can make a separate save file. You're all right, I'm going to save here, beat the game, and then I can come back and fuck around. But you can't beat the game and then return to the world post-ending and continue to fuck around.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
I never got that far in the game because I've been busy.
Not all good news, though. A couple of games gotta leave Game Pass, and we are losing some big ones.
Oh, no.
Lords of the Fallen. SteamWorld Build.
That's a shame. It's a cute
Octopath Traveler 1 and 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy those. I need to buy those.
Barbie
Everyone
Project Friendship.
Jacob,
Barbie
I'm
Project
so sorry.
Friendship. Yeah.
Listen, I've 1K'd it already, so if you've got Game Pass, you got no excuse. It's not that hard to beat.
How quick is it to beat? Maybe I'll go grab it and play it real quick.
8 hours, I think, or around 8 hours.
I can do that over.
Let me check.
The weekend.
Although there is a a glitched quest to be aware of. They're working on fixing it, but
I spent 11 hours in that game.
Yeah.
Isn't
I have
that
nothing
hard
to
to
say
beat?
about that, actually.
No,
Did you
I
struggle
probably
that much, Jacob?
No, he just
struggled that
really
You
much.
gotta
likes
get better.
being.
It's Barbie. Come on, man.
That's why
How
it
was
took
I
him
supposed
11 hours. He really likes Barbie. A little too much, maybe.
Couldn't figure out the tutorial.
I couldn't figure out what to wear.
There you go.
True.
Too many fashion choices.
That is fair.
Fair enough.
I just got overwhelmed.
I'm betting it was all pink.
Maybe.
She has a lot of different colored outfits, actually.
Yeah, and they're all pink. Aki, good news for you. Tales of Berseria Remastered. Announced by Bandai Namco coming February 27th.
I am so excited for that game. It's my favorite fucking one. And yes, it's because the main character's hot. I don't care. I just don't care. I am fine with admitting that. Mm-hmm.
No one is shocked.
Yeah,
I would
everybody.
fucking hope the hell not.
Audience participation time. Who
God.
in chat is shocked that Aki likes Tales of Berseria because of a cute woman? And answers go.
God, this is gonna make me look so bad.
Yeah, those answers look about unique. Then shocked face. Yeah, all those replies look pretty accurate. Unique. Yep. Is that what you expected, Bri and Aki and Jacob?
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping there'd be a little more faith in me, but I'm not surprised. No,
We don't have faith in you.
clearly, I can see that. God damn.
Here, I will
fair.
make the reply to end all replies. Right there.
God.
Oh, there we go.
Last
There's
bit
my
of news
Beetle
I have is some controversial news.
Oh,
Call of
God.
Duty Black Ops 7 from Activision and Xbox and Anno 117 from Ubisoft are both under heavy fire for heavy use of generative AI artwork. These are mega corporations cheaping out like bitches on artwork. This is disgusting. This isn't an indie studio of 3 people using AI artwork to make a sword. This is a multi-billion-dollar company using ugly, piss-tinted AI artwork to shit into the biggest game of the fucking year.
That just makes me sad. Very sad.
Yeah.
That infuriates me.
Yeah.
They have the
Activision.
money. They can do it.
Activision.
Like,
Owned by Xbox. One of the biggest companies in the world. AI artwork. Ugly, obvious AI artwork. Like, it's not even good AI artwork that makes you think, that could be real. You look at it and you're immediately like, yeah, that's piss-colored AI garbage.
I mean, we also have to keep in mind the fact that Microsoft is who owns Xbox, and they're like one of the main people who are like, yes, let's add AI to everything.
I don't know if anyone caught I think it was Monday at like 2 a.m. mid-morning rant about Satya and Microsoft, and I ended up deleting all of it because I was like, I was way too angry right then.
I was asleep.
Yeah.
I missed it too. That makes me sad.
Probably for the better. Basically, my thoughts are that Satya Nadella and his infatuation with AI is the major problem with Microsoft today, and why people are leaving Windows, why people are leaving Xbox, why people are leaving Game Pass, because Linux has been blowing up lately. Steam just announced a new console that's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation's bigger than ever. Switch 2 is setting sales records. And Xbox is churning out AI that nobody wants.
And
raising prices.
Yep. Also, they can hit a 30% return.
I'm not even going to talk about that goal because it'll never happen. No matter the company, that kind of return will never happen. It is 1,000,000% unrealistic for them to think they could get 30% return.
I think the reason why that was even suggested was because one of the groups that they bought, would you like to guess what what company had that percentage when they were making basically the same shooty game every fucking year that all the casual people bought constantly? They had one that was 30%, but they were a well-oiled machine of making one game every year. So, I mean, that's very different from what Xbox is. It's so ridiculous. So fucking ridiculous. I mean, even if you look at like PlayStation, they get like 6 to 8%. Wanting 30 is fucking crazy.
Yeah. It is unrealistic. They will not hit it. And I would not be shocked if Satya uses that to kill Xbox.
Oh, that's exactly what he's planning to do.
I believe that's been their plan since Satya took over.
Yep.
That's why the multi-platform started. That's why this spread to PC hybrid has started. It is to effectively end their dedicated console business. I don't think they'll kill the Xbox brand. I think that will always be their gaming brand. But I think Xbox, as we've known it for the past 20 years, is
gone.
Like, it'll never be the same. Like, the people who look back on Xbox fondly from like the original and 360 days of like big Sega partnerships and exclusive RPGs and launches, big tent pole first party titles, like, we're not seeing that anymore.
Yeah, it's dead now. That is straight up dead now. And as long as he's in control, it ain't coming back, sadly.
And it's a shame too.
It is.
Like, he's a smart guy. He's just focused on the wrong things.
Yeah.
Like,
everything for him is just making money so they can plug it into AI so they can make more money. And it's depressing. Like,
Microsoft is at a crossroads right now where on one side is the entire Microsoft customer base that's like, hey, knock it the fuck off. We just want good products. And then the other side are the shareholders who are like, AI, money, AI money, money, AI. And Microsoft's like, do we go with customers or do we go with shareholders? And the customers don't matter anymore. Shareholders do. It sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, shareholders are what ruin basically everything that exists.
The funny thing is, as much as I hate the Saudis buying EA and Kushner, the fact that they're private might let them make better games.
Possibly.
But the price will of course be like $79.99 plus murder a child or a journalist.
Jesus.
I love it.
I was not expecting to go there. God damn.
I like how a reporter asked them in the White House today about the murdered journalist, and Trump was like, oh, well, people didn't like him anyway. Fuck you. People don't like you, you dipshit.
Yep.
You're a terrible reporter. Yeah, bitch, you're a terrible president. Eat my asshole. Aki, what news do you have?
Well, there is a dev that has pulled themselves basically out of the Game Awards. Not literally, but they have more or less told everyone, hey, don't vote for us. And it is Mega Bonk, a new Steam game that's very vampire survival-esque, if I remember correctly. I don't remember fully anymore because it's been a while since I looked at it. And it's by Vedinad.
Vedinad.
And okay. And they were basically for the indie debut game. They were one of the people brought up for that. And the dev was like, yeah, no, don't vote for us. While it is an honor, this isn't my debut game. I've been putting games out under a couple other names for a few years now. So that was really cool of them. I think technically it still is a debut title as far as I'm concerned. It's a debut title for this name. But yeah, that was really awesome to see somebody actually be like, yeah, no, vote for one of these other people that were here, because this isn't my first game, and that is very respectable. Yeah, that was cool. And that's all my news, because I'm useless. Yeah.
Bri, what do you got?
As we are outright ambassadors, I thought we should let you know that there's going to be some licenses expiring. And so 4 games are going to be delisted on Steam, which means likely on other consoles as well. It just hasn't maybe been announced yet. The 4 games are JoJo Siwa Worldwide Party, The Addams Family Mansion Mayhem, Blaze and the Monster Machines, Axel City Racers, and Transformers Battlegrounds, which has some DLC for you to pick up too. I have some good news on Xbox. At least 2 of those games are on the big sale right now, the Black Friday sale. JoJo Siwa Worldwide Party is $3.99 right now. And the complete edition for Transformers Battlegrounds is $8.99. That gets you all the DLC and the game. Yeah, there you go.
I have the game, none of the DLC. So,
I was going to say, I reviewed Transformers Battlegrounds years ago. It's solid. And I actually thought about, like, I'm mulling whether or not I'm going to buy the complete edition of it. Because, like, the DLC by itself, like, I mean, granted, like, 2/3 of it is just skins, but, like, there is some extra game modes and stuff like that they made available, so.
With extra achievements.
Oh, they are extra achievements?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay, well, now I do have to buy it. Son of a bitch.
The only other news I have is Disney Dreamlight Valley. But I'm sure Jacob wants to talk about that.
I can't.
You can't?
I can't. I haven't had a chance to play Wish Blossom Ranch. My paycheck hasn't hit yet, so I haven't even purchased it yet.
All right. Well, that was all I was going to say is Wish Blossom Ranch is out now, and I don't know anything about it either. I was just, hoping
there's
to give
2 versions you can get. Like, one version comes with like a bunch of stuff, or like the base version of it comes with some extra goodies and like 5,000 moonstones, and then there's the deluxe edition which costs $50, which I was just like, yeah, but the thing is you get like a ton of shit with it, and you get 10,000 coins, which is approximately like that's almost like $30. They did this last year too, with the Storybook Veil. So honestly, like getting if you're somebody like me, getting the deluxe edition is like totally worth it.
Fair.
Yeah, so I'll be able to babble about it next week. But yeah, so lay sad.
Good for you.
Yeah,
what news do you have?
Yeah.
Okay. So Microsoft actually did do something nice today. They've made the code for Zork 1, 2, and 3 open source.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
So you can now play the original text adventures and be eaten by a Gru.
Nice.
Interesting.
The Saints Row creator has been asked to pitch a reboot. And apparently his idea for it is going to be a Saints Row 1 style 70s prequel.
Okay.
That's a choice, I guess.
Hightail is back being in development after Riot has sold the IP back to the co-founder. And he's saying that he's going to bring the game back to its original vision. He's already hired back 30 of the devs who had worked on the game before. So that game is now back on, which is pretty cool.
I don't know anything about that game.
I don't remember what the heck it was supposed to be.
Awesome.
I think it was supposed to be like some sort of like action RPG kind of thing, but
Ooh. I do like those. They're very nice.
Let's see. Rebecca Heinemann, pioneering video game designer, passed away. She was 62. She was battling cancer for a while, but she co-founded Interplay back in 1983. Also had her own studio, Old Skull. She was the very first Space Invaders champion back in 1980, and pretty much any like big PC game that came out in like the 80s and 90s, she had a hand in. So, like, she helped with Doom. She helped with shit.
Everything.
Yeah, pretty much everything. Like the Bard's Tale, like all sorts of like all over the damn place. So, yeah. If you feel like donating blood to the Red Cross, they are doing a nice little thing with Pac-Man. If you donate between November 17th and December 7th at certain spots, and if you've registered, you'll get a free pair of Pac-Man socks, which have an exclusive design with the American Red Cross logo. And
I wish I could donate blood.
Yeah, I can't. I wish I could too. I pass out when I do.
Oh, I'm just highly anemic.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Fair.
Good times.
Twisted Metal has been renewed for season 3 on Peacock.
Fuck yeah. I've heard only good things about that show. I really need to go watch that soon.
Yeah, I heard that they dip pretty deep into the series lore, which is pretty cool. But yeah, and then the only other news I have is some
movie watch.
Somebody hit the button.
I mean, you can hit it.
I don't know where it is.
You have access to the soundboard.
I don't know where the soundboard is. Oh.
It's movie watch. There.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah, I found it. Now I can hit it.
It's movie watch. There.
I always forget what
fuck yourself!
You big old dumb idiot!
I always forget where it is. So anyway, we have our first...
been creamed on like this before! Wait.
The fuck? That's filthy. I like it.
Anyway, so we have our first look at the Legend of Zelda movie coming in 2027. There's no trailer. We only got 3 photos, which of course also has everyone guessing as to like what the plot will be. Is it based on a game? Like, and of course, like we're all just like, I don't fucking know. But a lot of people think it's going to be based on Breath of the Wild-esque kind of stuff. So we'll see.
I like that they revealed the picture and people are like, it looks like Link. Duh.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Kind of the point.
Yeah.
What the fuck did you think it was going to look like?
I have no idea.
I know. People are weird. It really looks like Zelda. That's the point. You do in movies. You look like the subject.
They picked really good for Zelda, though. Like, Link, but Zelda, they picked perfect, I think.
I don't know. I think Link he has the face of a smarmy asshole. that just goes,
yeah, princess.
Yeah. I hope that's all he says in the movie is, yeah.
No, we have to get, no, we need a, excuse me. We need
princess. I agree.
That'd be great. That's in there.
Matter of fact, in that picture, it looked like he wanted to say that so bad. Because that in that picture that they showed, it just was. He just looked like, "What the fuck am I doing here?" It's great.
Well, should we move on to reviews then?
Let's do it.
Probably.
We got ourselves a giant chunk of them tonight. Quick thanks. We're going to give a shout out to Ocean Media. We reviewed 2 of their games last week. We got another one of theirs to talk about tonight. And we will be doing giveaways all through the night for all 3 games.
Hanky Bo Jingles.
We do a drawing now.
Yes.
I love that idea.
Cool. I am not going to close the drawing because we got a bunch of these to give away all night. As long as you're entered, you're entered. So, giveaway draw. First winner is GoldenEye. Congrats to GoldenEye. You will be getting the first pack of keys in just a few moments. But we are going to start things off with Call of Duty Black Ops 7, developed by Treyarch, Raven Software, and about 90 other Activision studios, published and provided to us by Activision. Released November 14th on Xbox One, Series X and S, PS4, PS5, and PC for $69.99. The year is 2035 and the world is on the brink of chaos. You mean the world is 2025 and the world is on the brink of chaos? I don't know. Ravaged by violent conflict. Yeah. Psychological warfare. Yeah, we're here. David Mason leads the elite JSOC team on a covert mission to the sprawling Mediterranean, the city of Avalon. While there, they discover a sophisticated plot that won't just plunge the world into chaos, it will pull them into their own haunting pasts. Jacob, what is going on in Call of Duty Black Ops 7?
This is by far the most confusing baseball romance simulator game I've ever played.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So it's Call of Duty. What do you usually expect with this, with every Call of Duty game?
Online play, zombies, and a campaign.
Mm-hmm. And a campaign. Right. The story, do you think it's going to be memorable?
No, but you want to at least have fun.
True. Okay. And so we're going to talk first about the single player campaign in this game.
Like how you called it single player.
Which, yeah, it's not single player. You can't do single player. There is no such thing as single player. There's a campaign, and you get to play with people, whether you want to or not, because it's online. So you're going to be playing with somewhere between 2 and 4 people. And in this game, as Joe pretty much described, it's set in 10 years after the events of Black Ops 6. And you and your team, you thought that you had killed the bad guy years ago. Well, guess what? It turns out he's back. Maybe it's somebody else pretending to be him. It could be AI. There's AI all over the place.
Yay.
In this game. And and so you have to figure out, so you and your team have to figure out, is he dead? Because you're pretty sure you shot that son of a bitch in the head last time. How did he survive? Is it him? Ooh. And during this, you and your team gets hit with this nerve agent, which absolutely fucks with your guy's psyche. And the whole entire time, pretty much for the rest of the game, you are going to be battling hallucinations while you're actually shooting the real bad guys. So so right there, if I just described it as that, okay, that sounds pretty cool. All right. And then when you get into practice, it's you have all these fog and like vapors, like trails and stuff like that, and like enemies just like randomly appearing out of nowhere. Cool. But you also have like daggers falling out of the sky, and you have huge soldiers, which you like, you know, like Joe, you described him as like Jolly Green Giant, and now like I can't think of a better way to put it.
So you saw that fight?
Yes. Like it's just, it's ridiculous. Like
we don't want to go into a review automatically just like dunking on a game, but this might be one of the most embarrassing campaigns I've ever seen in a Call of Duty game.
See, the thing is that it's just like, I don't know whether I really feel like it's embarrassing. It's just, it feels really out of place. And like, and I can appreciate the fact that, you know, like, you know, you don't want to make it the same fucking thing over and over and over again. Like, I mean, part of what was like happened with Call of Duty and Modern Warfare back in the day was that it's just like, there's only so many times you can fight World War II. Like, you know, we have to change things up a bit. And Black Ops 7 really wants to do that. And the problem is that it's just like, while the gunplay and, you know, the pew pew and all that kind of stuff, all that action is solid. But then like all the hallucination stuff, it feels like it should be more out of like, you know, like some sort of Batman Arkham Asylum, Devil May Cry kind of thing. Like it doesn't fit.
You fight a gigantic plant.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is no single player.
You fight a lot of gigantic things in this. And the thing is that it's just like, if it was just a normal single player campaign, I think I would have been more cool with it if it really was a single player campaign, but it's not. You have to be online. You have to be playing with other people. I don't want to be playing with other people.
The thing is, you don't have to be playing with other people, but you don't get AI partners if you play in a private lobby by yourself.
The game never gave me that option.
You can make a private lobby and play campaign solo. It's just not good.
Well, that's unfortunate because, yeah, I never, like, the game, well, then the game actually hides that option from you. Which, yeah. I mean, and going through it with other people who knew what they were doing, like, was super helpful because there was a lot of going back and forth in this, which was one of my complaints about Modern Warfare 3 the other year. And so some of the levels that get reused for the single or for multiplayer, they get reused in the single player campaign. And so it's just, it ends up becoming a lot of go here, go here, go here, go here. All right, backtrack to this, go back, and it just, I just wish like they'd stop being lazy on that and just make like a solid, like, I wish there was just a solid campaign. And I'm sure that they've done some sort of like data analysis of how much everyone plays all the different parts. And so it's like, you know, they just threw this together. It's like, yeah, all right, there you go. There's your story. You got one. But it just, that like, as here's a story,
here's a good comment. The Black Ops 7 campaign feels like Michael Bay directed a soap opera where everyone forgot their lines but remembered the explosions.
Huh. That is apt because honestly, like the writing for it is just shaky as hell. It is like a Michael Bay improv movie.
Like I've seen so many cutscenes of this game, and like the voice acting is atrocious. I think like
it's not memorable. So, like honestly, the gameplay is solid.
Stilted. They're just like, "Hello, why are you doing this?" It's not natural at all. And then someone flies in on a helicopter, opens the door, and talks to people how far away. No one can fucking hear you, dude. You're in a helicopter. How far? Like, helicopters make noise. Your voice doesn't carry over a helicopter. You don't have a megaphone. You don't have a speaker.
It carries into, like,
you are just
earpieces or something.
talking normal volume, and these people on the ground far away can perfectly hear you. How is the multiplayer in Zombies?
So
This campaign, I think the world's
so
unanimous campaign is a flop on this one.
Yeah, it's very much play through it once just so you get all the unlockables, and then never ever touch it ever again. Can't, like, honestly, multiplayer, it's pretty damn fun. Like, the levels are pretty cool. I don't know if any of them are rehashes from previous games, but there was one that really stood out, and unfortunately I don't remember the name, but essentially it was like it's done in like a shipping yard, and it's just like there was a lot of area, like there's a lot of ground to cover, a lot of places to like run around, multi-level, and it just does a lot of chaotic fun. But there's multiple modes that you can play. Some of them are team-based, some of them are free-for-all. There's a lot of objective-based ones, so, you know, if you want to have a mission while you're shooting everyone, you can. And there was one that, like, you have to transport this, like, EMP kind of device from, like, I mean, it's pretty much like a tug-of-war kind of thing, and you know, you're just trying to drag it over to the enemy's side and then set it off. And that was kind of nice because it does force everyone to work together, and like your team will fall apart and lose real quickly if nobody's focused. And so communication is key. I mean, there was plenty to like in multiplayer. Like, I had a good time in that. But also, I'm not playing this game, like, all the time. Like, I'm not, you know, this is... Call of Duty is not, like, a big purchase for me every year, or, like, the game that, like, oh, I can't wait. Like, it's not my Madden. And so, I was having fun with it, but I know that there were plenty of people bitching about it. And I know that they've already released multiple fixes for it. As the game came out, and Zombies is the standard stuff. Like, it, I don't know. It's there. It was fine, but I don't know. It won't ever in my opinion, it's never going to capture that magic of the first time that we had the Black Ops Zombies, where it's like you're fighting as like Richard Nixon, McNamara, and JFK. Like, if you remember that from way back in the day, it's fine, but it's just, honestly, this thing feels like a big misfire that they're just going to end up spending like the next 6 months fixing.
I don't think they're going to fix it.
On top of it, like, what's up?
I don't think they're going to fix it. Like, I think they'll fix bugs with Zombies and multiplayer, and they'll add more content. I don't think they're ever going to touch.
Oh, they're not
campaign.
Oh yeah, oh god, no, they're not going to touch campaign. Like, because nobody cares about it, and everyone's already written it off. And so at this point, pretty much, it's just like, if you're buying this, you're buying it for the multiplayer, which, to its credit, we're not going to have like Nicki Minaj and Beavis and Butthead running around in Black Ops 7.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So, like, if you want like the more quote unquote true experience, like, yeah, you can go with this, but I don't know. I felt like this was a big misfire for Call of Duty, and I wish we would just get normal.
I don't think it helps that they did Black Ops 2 years in a row. Like, they made Treyarch release back-to-back years. Why didn't Sledgehammer put out a game this year? Why didn't Infinity Ward put out a game this year? Why did they make Treyarch do back-to-back years? If those other two weren't ready, how was Treyarch ready? If they're supposed to have like 3
They clearly weren't.
cycles.
No, because
The whole point of the multiple
going back
teams is to have rotating devs, not to churn out the same team 2 years in a row. Because you get something like this where it's a half-ass product that not many people are happy with. And the people who apparently are happy with are being ridiculed online for enjoying it.
Yeah.
This is just... It sucks to say, but I think this is a massive misfire from Activision. They shouldn't have put this one out this year. I think they should have skipped the year instead of putting this one out if the other two teams weren't ready.
Honestly, like I would rather have them have skipped a year than have released what we got.
Yeah. So $70. Need a verdict.
$70 for like a decently fun multiplayer, but an absolutely shitty campaign. No, like at best, this is a wait for a sale. At worst, like there's so many other better Call of Duty titles out there, and better shooter games out there. Like this one is unfortunately a no.
Yeah, I will agree with that assessment. If you're here for multiplayers and zombies, that you're getting what you want. If you're here for a solid campaign, run away. Don't even bother.
Yeah, like
unless you have 3 friends and perfect internet.
The weird thing too with like the campaign is that like if it had not been a Call of Duty title, like I think a lot of people probably would have been like more lenient on it.
It wouldn't have been mocked as openly as it has.
That's the thing. Yeah. It's Call of Duty. And so we expect a level of quality that's just not there in this title.
Like you fight a goddamn giant in the game. Not like Andre the Giant, who's 8 foot tall. Like literally the fucking green giant down a beanstalk that's 70 feet tall. Why? What? What the fuck is this game?
That is the dumbest fucking thing I've heard.
This is a misfire all the way. So next game, we were going to take a revisit with NASCAR 25, developed and published by iRacing.com Motorsport Simulations, released October 14th, Series X and S, PS5, PC for $59.99. NASCAR 25 features all the action you've come to expect from the devs, the most authentic racing experience and sim ever created. For the first time ever on consoles, iRacing has brought laser-scanned car models and tracks for a level of authenticity previously unmatched. Bri, you covered this previously. I got my hands on it to play a little bit as well. How about you give us a quick recap of what this is?
Yeah, I reviewed this a few weeks ago, and now Joe's had the opportunity to play it, so we thought we'd revisit. My quick recap is that this is a simulation racing game featuring NASCAR. I'd consider myself casual racing fan. I love to race and grew up around, NASCAR and stocker racing. So I wanted to take a look at NASCAR 25 and it did not disappoint for me. I felt like they put a lot of effort into the player experience with race day videos and car and driver customization. I felt like this was a good experience for fans and more casual fans and players, but only once you get the settings right. I remember having a rough time with the realistic settings and gunning the gas like an arcade racer and running into a wall and getting stuck with no reverse controls in the beginning. So that was fun.
I have a question.
Yes.
Does it have enough left turns?
It is mostly left turns, but not all left turns. There are some tracks that.
Hey, Bri. Bri, did you ever think we would hear a left turn joke in a NASCAR game review?
I mean, no. Not at all.
Not for the past 10
that's
years.
All I know about NASCAR. No. Okay.
Not for the past 10 years of NASCAR reviews. Never. Not once. But ever.
There are tracks that are not just ovals in this. So there is that. The game includes 4 national championship series, a big career mode, quick play, online racing that does include a private mode as well. realistic physics, scanned tracks and cars to make the simulation pretty close to reality. I thought the soundtrack was good. The graphics were good all around. I had a good time with this game. I was going to ask Joe if he'd already done the full race achievement, but I know the answer is yes. Tell us about your experiences with the game.
First off, I love how expansive the options are. The tuning that you can have for your difficulty is incredibly in depth, where to the point where you can set like how far apart the other cars are over the stretch of a race, whether they're all packed together or whether they spread out more. Like, I've never seen that in a racing game where you can determine the AI cluster of density.
Yeah.
Who thinks of that option? Visually, I thought the game was really good. Nighttime race that I played, I thought was kind of chuggy and choppy. I didn't see anything really in the options for visual settings aside from VSync. It would have been nice to have like a performance or visual toggle. I would have preferred more frames over a crisper picture, honestly. It felt like the night race just like it was pushing the system a bit more than it wanted to be pushed, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I noticed it so bad because that's when I did my full length race.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And that took you, what, you said an hour and a half, give or take?
Close to that, yeah. The track, I forget what the name of the track I picked was, but it's like
Bristol, probably
0.6 some miles with 250 laps. If you're looking for that achievement, that's probably the best track to do it on. Campaign is cool. They just drip feed you options and like different things you could do in terms of parts and crew members and hiring people and this and that as you go through the campaign. So it's not like it dumps all of it on you at once. The racing itself, very satisfying. If you have the assists all the way up like I do, like you will never wreck. You can just like, unless you want to.
That.
Unless you want to, because I do. I'm one of those guys that while I am already 7 laps ahead of everyone else, I will pit maneuver everyone I come across. Because I can. And then I'll look in the rear view as they spin around and other cars hit them. This is why I don't play online, by the way. I just play offline.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is a massive, massive, massive step up over the previous NASCAR games. Now that iRacing took over, I know Big Adam has been talking about an iRacing game on Steam coming out soon that I am even more excited to know more about when that's ready to go, so Adam can check that one out. I think iRacing did an incredible job with the game, with the options. I would like the option to skip cutscenes. I know in the menus you can turn the cutscenes off, but if you don't turn them off, let me skip them. I don't care about their podcast talk show at all. I don't care about my podcast talk show. Why would I care about theirs? Really? $60. I'd buy this one. I would. If I weren't lucky enough to stumble on a key, I would have absolutely grabbed this off my wish list. I don't think I would jump for the season pass just because I really don't care about like car skins and stuff like that. The added money and rep points could have been handy, but I don't want to pay $25 just for that.
That was about my assessment as well.
But yeah, 60 on this. I am very confident giving NASCAR 25 a buy it. It is a significant step up in basically every single way from previous NASCAR games, and I am eager to see what iRacing does from here.
Very cool.
Any other thoughts on your end?
No, I'm glad to hear that you had a good time with it and that we revisited it.
All right, let's do that online race
fun
later.
Yeah, let's do that.
Cool. Next up, Node, The Last Favor of the Antarii, developed by Lapsus Games, published by Beep Japan, released August 28th, Series X and S, PS5, and PC for $19.99. Node, The Last Favor of the Antarii is a 2.5D puzzle platformer about a robot navigating a Cold War nuclear complex. Execute timeline-based commands to control Node, unravel mysteries, explore the unknown. Your commands decide the outcome. Aki, what is Node, The Last Favor of the Antarii?
Okay, so this facility that is supposed to be like some sort of dog food making facility or some bullshit like that suddenly has started letting off a fuck ton of radiation. Woohoo! Thank you, Russia. Good job. And some people went there to try and stop it, and they disappeared. And a significant amount of radiation suddenly pouring out even more. Yay! So the UN has sent in robots to try and figure out what the fuck is going on. And well, you know, the amount of radiation is so damn high, they keep losing contact with all of them. So they send in you, a brand new AI-run little robot that is a prototype that they were planning on sending to Mars or some bullshit. And they're like, well, this is good first test for our super smart, super sentient AI thing. Fuck it, let's send it here. And yeah, you're told your mission is to go find where the radiation is leaking and stop it at all fucking costs. Contact NASA as you can and report back. Throughout this, you occasionally talk to NASA and get to choose the response you pick. You can either be confident with what you're doing, be like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, which is what I realistically am, but was not what I chose, and something in between typically. And then the other half of the gameplay is you actually platforming around and about. You are a moving little robot that has wheels and the ability to jump somehow. And as you get further and further into the game, they fix your systems because apparently something about them got fucked up. And they're fixing them over time as you're getting through here. They have to decrypt things or some bullshit. And they add stuff as they get a hold of it. Like, first you're only able to move forward, and that's fucking it. Then they give you the ability to turn around, and then to jump, and then blah, blah, blah. And for this, you are able to input a string of commands. And then it follows that string of commands to get from point A to point B. If you fail, it resets, and you get to try again. And you can do this as many times as you want, so try not to suck and make it take forever. The thing about this is, if you put in multiple of the same code in a row, instead of putting like, oh, you move forward, and then you move forward, and then you move forward. No, instead, it's like each one of those is 1 second of moving forward, so it just increases it to 3 seconds of moving forward, instead of having 3 separate 1 seconds, which makes it a lot easier in one concept, as you don't have a long stream of commands, because you do have to edit and remove some of these, so it makes it a little easier there to not have a giant screen full of this shit. On the other hand, you can change all of this by 0.1 seconds as you see fit. So let's say you put 2 seconds and you throw yourself into a hole, but 1 second and then a jump makes you jump into the hole. Okay, well, now you have to figure out exactly how many seconds and 0.0 seconds is required to make it to where you can jump over the fucking hole. Good job! Now do that like 100 fucking times. That is the game right there. So it's both easy and difficult. It's easy because you have infinite retries. There's nothing wrong with dying over and over. On the other hand, it's hard because you have to get down to like 1.3 seconds and then you jump. And that just gets kind of irritating when you keep having to attempt this over and fucking over again. It gets really irritating really quickly. So yeah, that's the gist of the game right there. That's all you're doing really, is just inputting codes and trying to get around this facility.
Now, is it fun?
It really depends. It is a puzzle game, obviously, because you're inputting codes. But this is a very specific type of puzzle game, and this type of puzzle game is only realistically for those people who like that type. This isn't a type of puzzle I'm super into personally. I like other types of puzzles. I don't like programming puzzles, which is what this is. I'm not good at them, which is why I don't like them. I suck at this. So for me, not so much, but I understand the appeal of it. So I think people who like programming style puzzles, this is definitely going to be for them, because it is a good game, just not a me game.
All right, well, $20. What do you think?
I think if you like programming puzzles, 100% this is totally for you. If you don't, probably end up going to be a pass.
Okie dokie. Next up, Rue Valley, developed by Emotion Spark Studio, published by Owlcat Games, released November 11th, Xbox One, Series X and S, Switch, PS4, PS5, and PC for $29.99. Break free from a mysterious time loop, embark on a journey of self-discovery and resilience. Delve into the enigmatic depths of a small godforsaken town, Rue Valley. Each day feels like an uphill battle against the shadows of your own mind. Along the way, you'll encounter a captivating ensemble of characters, each wrestling with their own emotional complexities and revealing hidden depths as you get to know them. Can you muster the courage to unravel the secrets of this temporal anomaly? Can you discover the strength within yourself to rise above adversity and forge a brighter tomorrow? Bri, what is Rue Valley?
This, we'll call it role-playing narrative, starts out with a disclaimer from the devs that says they don't support the use of unprescribed medication for mental health. Then you get into a character personality trait selector, and I'm wondering exactly what I've gotten myself into. You get to assign points on a slider for decisional traits like calculated versus impulsive, what levels of introvert or extrovert you are, and emotionally how sensitive or indifferent you are. And once you've made those game-altering decisions without a clue how it'll impact you, you can hold the select button to wake up. Eugene Harrow's story starts at 8 p.m. in a motel room with a therapist we've been mandated to see. I think it was 8 p.m. It might have been 8 a.m. I don't know. Anyway, you wake up in a motel room with a therapist that you have to see, and whose methods are a little strange. He had us meet him here in Rue Valley Motel for our session in the middle of nowhere because his methods, in order for them to work, need to shake clients out of their old surroundings and ideas. But things are kind of stranger than normal for being outside our comfort zone. The internet is down. The tap water is foul. Our phone is acting strange. Our reflection feels strange. We get a strange call in the middle of the night about legal representation for our case that landed us here. We have a strange dream while we're here. That's more than just like stepping outside your comfort zone. The game tells us the consequences of our personality mapping are that certain dialogue options will or won't be available based on our choices. Like, since I put my character on the sensitive side of emotional, I got a guilt-ridden response choice available for the first dialogue option. And we're role-playing a character with a real personality, and they represent that by making dialogue choices available or not available based on the choices that you made. You can always, I think there's 3 save slots, so you can always go back and try again. But, yeah. There are status effects for your character, like you start out with a total lack of motivation. And I started to feel a little uneasy thinking about my personality traits that, you know, if I were to put them on a character sheet, what it would look like. Your character's personality chart is shown on the screen too, so you can kind of see what you chose. Sometimes decision actions come up that require a QuickTime event that was not really explained to me the first time it happened, so I had no idea what to do. It was actually pretty simple. I just thought it was weird that there was no tutorial tip for it. Time does not progress outside of dialogue, so you have to find ways to kill time while waiting for events to happen. You can find things in the environment to read, or just relax in a chair. Otherwise, you can walk around the environment and interact with things at your leisure. But ultimately, since we've started our therapy session, we appear to be caught in a time loop that lasts 47 minutes. We have to move through the loop and meet new people, try new things, deal with our mental health issues, and so on to get out of the loop. Being that this is a narrative game, it's hard to talk about it without giving story spoilers. I can say the characters seem to have a fair amount of depth. The environments were suitable to the mood of the piece. We spent our time trying to solve the mysteries of Rue Valley while grappling with our own brain. Wrestling with our own brain, really. During your loops, you're going to have to figure out how to get to new locations, commit some light crime, to snoop on people, break into their places to get clues about what's going on in this town, stuff like that. Just some light crime, nothing major. Just a little beginny. When you sleep, you get access to a mind map. It represents all your memories, and then accessing the memories can open dialogue choices later on or other options. The art is comic book style that reminds me more of like storyboards with color. There's boxes on the screen with characters overlaid in the scene as a background. The scene is slightly animated with characters breathing or tapping their legs or stretching and stuff like that. The game is mostly voice acted with the comic book text on the side of the screen. When you change scenes, it's like the page turns in a graphic novel that you're in, which is a really cool effect. Whole vibe really is like being part of a motion comic. But it took me a while to get into this game. It was a slow burn. Like, the game seemed good once I got somewhere, but I had to be in the right mood. I loved the aesthetic. I loved the loop. The game felt fairly linear, but full of good narrative. There was some light puzzle solving. The game didn't feel like too much of a time investment, and I could save and walk away whenever I wanted. Sometimes the game felt a little repetitive or felt like I had to waste time to get where I was going in the loop, and that was less than exciting. But overall, I liked the game.
Very good. It clocks in at $29.99. I don't see any sale info on it. $30. What's your verdict on Rue Valley?
I feel like the price is okay. I might like it more $5 cheaper. I'm going to give this a try it. I saw some other people online compare this to Disco Elysium, and I haven't played that one yet to be able to compare it. But I played enough of this to think that a couple people on my list might like it, so I mentioned it to them. I think a firm try it.
Very good. Next up, Winter Burrow, developed by Pine Creek Games, published by Noodlecake. Love that name. Released November 12th, Xbox One, Series X and S, Xbox PC, Switch, and normal PC for $19.99. In Winter Burrow, you play as a mouse who returns from the big city to find their childhood home in ruins. To make matters worse, your aunt, who is supposed to be looking after it, has gone missing. Restore your broken down childhood burrow to its former glory so you can relax in front of the fireplace. What about your aunt? What the hell?
That's a whole thing.
Is it? Bri and Aki, both of you played this. Who wants to start?
I can.
Go tell me about the aunt. The missing aunt who is not addressed in the intro.
No, that's the thing. So this may be the coziest survival crafting game I've played in a while. Our young mouse grew up in the burrow in the woods before his parents moved to the city for mining jobs that robbed them of their lives, which is a little dismal of a start. And now our young mouse has gone back to the burrow in the winter to relearn how to live off the land and live like his true life. And our Aunt Betalina taught us most of our survival skills. But in order to get to her, we have to learn fast to scrounge up what we can and keep warm and survive to rebuild a bridge to get to her. It feels like a huge victory, when we can learn from her again to live in our harsh environment. But ultimately, we have to learn to rely on ourselves pretty early on because she gets picked up by a giant bird. I don't want to say any more than that, but that's the sort of the rest of the goal of the game besides surviving is to find your aunt. You have to manage health, hunger, warmth, and stamina. The warmth can be helped by getting inside in time to warm up by the fire. You can also help yourself by knitting linen garments in your cozy chair. Eventually, we get the technology and resources to make wool fibers to keep us even warmer. If you don't manage your hunger and warmth, it will eat at your health, which replenishes with sleep in your cozy bed that you have to make. You have to make or forage just about everything. I mean, that you can think that you might need. There's a day-night cycle you can sleep through until morning. It gets darker and colder at night, seemingly, so best to just sleep and heal. There's also weather cycles where it'll snow harder and make it challenging to see, kind of like when you're starting to freeze your tail off. Your screen starts to ice over around the edges and makes it harder to see where you're going. You have limited inventory at first. There's tons of space in your chest at home, though. You can build a better backpack later. Realistically, until you're equipped for the cold and getting your routine down for food and basic supplies, you aren't going to be traveling that far anyway. Like to your aunt's house is as far as you need to travel. So yeah, being familiar with this type of game, I think will help give you a leg up on the intro. But I found that the controls and all were pretty intuitive and the crafting made sense. So it was pretty easy to jump in. Navigation was a little challenging. There's really only your footprints and a few landmarks to guide you back to your home. The footprints in the snow was really helpful, though, unless you totally did a family circus moment and like ran all over the place, and then you're trying to figure out which one to follow back.
I found at the beginning it was pretty easy to find your way back because there are leaves on the ground.
Yes.
That lead directly back to your front door, basically. So it made it a little easier, at least there. I don't know how it picks up further on in the game, but...
I noticed a good setting for Aki. There is a spider's yes or no button in the menu.
Yeah, I saw that to me. It was like, no.
There's also a get unstuck button, which is helpful if you get stuck. I never did, though. The art is darling. It looks hand-drawn, like journal sketches that are colored in. I think, like any survival game I've ever played, this seemed a little repetitious. Outside of bugs, there's very little threat in this game besides the survival of the cold. Our goal in the game, besides survival, is to rebuild and improve on our home and make it the sturdiest, most self-sufficient, and cutest little home ever. You have, like, mushrooms you can grow in the basement. Like it's you live in a little stump. It's super cute. The game can be played in small chunks, or you can burrow in for a long winter session. I had to. I think this is probably my favorite survival crafter I've played in a little bit. I felt like it was pretty chill, all things considered. I had to again. And I think it would make a decent entry game into the genre. The game doesn't have a ton of depth to it, but I liked this for as short as it was. Like, I think the completion time on this with all the achievements is probably around like 10 to 15 hours, and it's heckin' cute. Aki?
Yeah, I've had a lot of trouble at the beginning just trying to get a hold of enough food to function.
I did not struggle with that at all.
See, I keep getting like all the food gives you like a +5 unless you cook it. And then you need a certain amount of different things. Everything I've been making is the same. You need like 2 or 3 of the same food item, and I don't always have that. And even when I do, it increases it. Instead of giving you a +5 to your hunger meter, it's a +10 or 15 or something. It's like that's just not enough at all.
Oh, two beetle meats on the stove was like enough for me to like get through most of my day. So yeah.
And then anytime you go to sleep, when you wake up, obviously you're hungrier. So don't be like, oh, I'm starving. Let's just go ahead and end the day and I'll be okay in the morning. No, you'll still be starving in the morning. As I found out pretty quickly. So I had a lot of trouble just getting food at the start. which is kind of irritating me to no end. But otherwise, I've rather enjoyed the game. I do like a lot of the crafting mechanics. I like going out and finding crap because stuff does respawn overnight.
Yes,
Not
yes,
everything, but good chunks of it does. And I think if you probably leave it a little bit longer, it would respawn absolutely everything. You very quickly get things like, an axe, and you can start cutting down little trees to get even more stuff, things like that. So that's really nice. I thoroughly enjoy that part. I just would like to be able to get food a little more quickly, because I just haven't had luck in getting any of that stuff.
Yeah, it took me a little while to figure out that I could pick up the elderberries. They're covered in snow. Like between that and the mushrooms, that was kind of what I ate at first. And then when I realized that you could kill the beetles pretty easily, like they don't really attack you but like once, you can easily dodge their attack because they kind of like have a color that shows up to let you know that they're going to attack. But like 2 of those in the stove like fills most of your health or your hunger bar. So
See, for me, it only fills up like 45%. Or something like that. So I've had I don't know, maybe I'm playing on a harder difficulty. I assumed I was playing on the easiest difficulty. Oh no. I have to check that.
Well, clock's in, $20. What do you two think?
I can give it a buy it at that price. And if you're on the fence, you can check it out on Game Pass. But no, I'd give it a buy it.
I also give it a buy it. I think it's a cute little game. And again, anytime I get to play as a mouser and do things people do, I'm totally for it. I think it's great.
Sounds good. Next up, Sektori, developed and published by Kimmo Factor, released November 18th, Series X and S, PS5, and PC for $14.99. Sektori is an intense, fast-paced twin-stick shooter infused with hard-hitting techno music. Hell yeah, give me some Immortals. Mortal Kombat. Choose your upgrades carefully and create powerful builds to take on the relentless enemies and epic bosses on a constantly evolving battlefield. Sektori is a game that requires your complete focus, a game where the high adrenaline visuals, music, and gameplay come together to transport you into another state of consciousness. Simple, pure gameplay, quick runs, lots of challenge and replayability. Jacob, what is Sektori?
I would not they use the word simple. There is nothing simple about this game. So it is a bullet hell game that is set in a very limited arena that is constantly changing its shape as you are fighting all these shape alien things. I don't know how to describe them, but each there's a ton of different little things that are trying to kill you, and they each have their own patterns of how they work. Some are going to run away from you, some are going to go right towards you, some of them spin in a little circular area. And you have to figure out what everyone's patterns are. And the game is constantly dropping more and more enemies at you in this game. And it is overstimulating, to say the least. Think of Geometry Wars, that kind of background, except way more psychedelic and geometric. And so as you're shooting up all these little shapes or alien things, whatever they are, there's these little pellet dust things that they leave behind, and by gathering these up, ideally you're going to be able to upgrade your ship, but if you hang on to it longer, you can gather more of these little upgrade things, and then it'll change what you can upgrade. And so level 1 is just your speed, level 2 is your score, level 3 is your shield, and I think there's 7 different levels, and of course the last one is your shot, which is what we actually all want in this game. And the game does throw you a bone every once in a while, and will make these things that you can just run over, and all of a sudden everything around it will explode. There's also kind of like a crash kind of feature where you just kind of like plow, like you just go in a straight line and just plow everything across the board. Until like you hit the edge. But of course you have to be mindful of this because, as I said, this thing is regularly changing, and if you're in the wrong area when the game board changes, you've lost one of your shields. And of course you only get so much, and it's a very interesting and like addictive game, but at the same time it is super frustrating. Like I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to be good enough to unlock any of the other modes in this thing. Like, it is hard as hell. And this is supposed to be like it doesn't say easy, but it's like, oh shit, I forget the experience mode where you're caring more about the experience than, the actual gameplay. And I'm just like, if this is the experience mode, like how hellish is the normal version of this game?
Here's a question for you. How quickly would this kill Aki if she played it?
Like
seizure wise.
I'd give Aki like a good solid 15 seconds.
Nice.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there's like a lot of Aki, you cannot play this game.
So 15 seconds to $15. What do you think of Sektori?
If you're a fan of this type of game, then yeah, totally. But if you're looking for like a more like a relaxed party kind of thing, and like you're not like looking for as much of a challenge as this one's going to go, then I'd recommend waiting for a sale. It's not that this game isn't solid; it's just it's tough as hell. So if you're looking for a challenge, absolutely for $15. If you're not, then as I said, wait for a sale. But it's a good game, just tough as hell.
Gotcha. Next up, Pigeon Simulator, developed by tinyBuild Riga, published by tinyBuild, released November 11th on Series X and S and Xbox PC for $14.99. Are pigeons real? Are they part of a government conspiracy? Are they spying on us? Yes, to all three. Bri, what is Pigeon Sim?
I'll respond with more questions. Have you ever dreamed of flying? Have you dreamed of pooping on people? Then this game might be for you.
Yes.
This is a physics game, a tiny bit like Goat Sim with flying, but it's also a ghost-busting game. You're an agent. Yeah, you're an agent in the Paranormal Examination and Containment Unit, known as PEC for short. And you help find and neutralize anomalies in New Squawk City. You have pigeon vision to see anomalies. You can pick up objects with a rope that comes out of your butt. You can poop on people. You also have some high-tech gizmos that you can buy, like an inside-out flashlight, an anomaly compass, a revealer, and more. One of the goals in the game is to keep the chaos levels in check, which we can do by getting anomalies faster, or we can use a stabilizer tool to reduce that level fast. If the chaos level goes too high, a rift to the other side can open and let in powerful enemies that we really aren't equipped to fight as a pigeon. So we'll need to purchase a rift seal and shut that rift down. You start out in the PEK headquarters, which is kind of like a pregame lobby in Phasmophobia. And you choose the tools that you want for your mission with the available money you have and get in the truck to start your mission. There are 4 maps, and there are different conditions like time of day and weather that can be applied to the map. Once you're in the mission, you find anomalies as fast as you can and return them to the truck, avoiding danger. And when you've met the mission quota for objects, you can get in the truck and leave. It's not unlike a Phasmophobia mission. Besides buying equipment for your run, you can also spend your money on permanent character upgrades like health, speed, flying and jumping, shooting force, and recovery and cooldown rates. Pigeon Simulator can be played solo or with up to 3 friends in online co-op multiplayer, and it has cross-platform capabilities as well.
Ooh.
And while all that sounds fun, flying is limited to 2 flaps and a glide.
Huh.
You can't easily poop on people from above. You spend most of your time on the ground as a bird. This is a little weird at first. It works, but it was a little disappointing, I think, for what I was expecting. And then I realized as I was playing this, I wasn't sure what I was expecting. It was not this. Button presses require some coordination in that you'll often have to hold left trigger and some other button like X or right trigger to accomplish your goals like lifting things or aiming your poop. It's also probably worth mentioning that the longer you hold the right trigger, the stronger your poop and further it goes. That's important to note.
Very good.
This game is tough solo. I didn't have the opportunity to play with friends because while this is on Game Pass, it's only on Ultimate, so I didn't have anyone to play with.
Yeah, because a lot of people drop an Ultimate.
Yep.
Wonder why.
Yeah. You have to finish a mission for it to save the game, so permanent upgrades don't track right away, and if you lose your mission, you lose your money. So that's a little complicated thing to like manage at first when you're trying to go for an achievement to get all of the upgrades, and then you fail a mission. That sucked. Speed is everything, and you don't have the speed to start with. You can't fight back. You just have to dodge enemies that constantly chase you around the map once they activate. And the longer you're on the map, the harder it gets to find those anomalies and drag them back because of the chaos level and enemies. So I started employing a solo strategy of going further away from the turn-in to find and drag my anomalies back first, and that seemed to help a little. All in all, this was fun, just not what I was expecting, and not as fun solo.
That was
I think this would be great fun with friends.
It sounds like it would. It seems like it's a shame that it's locked to Ultimate, but I think it's the bigger shame that Xbox jacked up the price of Ultimate to force people to leave Ultimate so they can't play this.
Yeah, I was.
Thanks, Fortnite crew. Everyone loves you. You're the best. Yay, Fortnite.
I was honestly expecting this game to be more like like that, or that squirrel with a gun, something like that. I was expecting it to be something like that. I'm kind of bummed.
I was kind of thinking the same, and it is definitely, it felt more like Phasmophobia, or someone mentioned a game I haven't played, Lethal Company, or like kind of like that maybe. But again, I didn't have the friends to play with, so I don't know. I don't have that comparison. So
Fair.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Right, $15 on Pigeon Sim. What do you think?
I think the price is great. I may actually pick this one up to play with Injury. I'm going to give it a try it overall, though. Play it on Game Pass Ultimate with your friends if you have the opportunity, because I'm betting this is much more fun with friends.
Or Game Pass PC, because that still exists for now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Next up, Trivia Knowledge Trainer, the quiz game developed and published by the Binary family. Released November 6th, Xbox One, Series X and S, and Xbox PC for $14.99. The smartest, most interesting trivia out there. It's designed to stimulate your brain with over 5,000 high-quality, challenging, and informative questions. Each lesson tests your wits with 10 questions from 10 different categories. Difficulty level depends on you. Get an answer right and you'll move up a level. A wrong answer leads to an easier question that you'll want to move up to improve your knowledge quotient, which is recalculated after every round. In a multiplayer game, up to 4 players can compete to see who's dumbest. Jacob, tell us about Trivia Knowledge. I added in the dumbest part, but we all know Jacob would win that one really easily. Jacob and Bri, both you covered this. Jacob, start us off. What is Trivia Knowledge Trainer?
So, Trivia Knowledge Trainer is pretty much just like it's a trivia game. It's anywhere from 1 to 4 players.
Local only, we should add.
Yeah,
local only. And it asks a variety of questions like film, like geography, history, like pretty much all sorts of stuff that like you would be commonplace in like a game of Trivial Pursuit. And it's not like in that regard, there is nothing that particular about it. Like, I mean, it's standard stuff. But there were some things that I found a little bit interesting in this game, and it may, like, I'm probably reading way too damn much into it, but are any of you folks familiar with Local 58?
No.
It's done by the guy, like, he goes by Chainsaw Suit. Chris, I forget what the heck his name is.
I recognize the name, but I don't know why.
It's like a short form horror series on YouTube that you can check out. And Local 58 uses a lot of public domain sources and like all sorts of sounds that can be used with it. And one of them is called Real Sleep. And it is this guy, like, it's this bizarre 5-minute film where you're watching this like supposed training video to make this, whoever it is, stop dreaming because dreaming is bad or whatever. Anyway, that's probably not related to this game, but the thing is that a lot of the sounds that are found in that movie are also found in this game when you when you get a wrong answer or do like pretty much like if you just get a wrong answer, along with like the ticking clock sound that it uses, which is also used in Real Sleep. And then there were a couple of times where it's like you'd select an answer, and then in the when it would tell you whether or not you were correct, it would be like, no, that answer's wrong. And it's like, what? Like, why are you mentioning that the answer's wrong? Like in all this trivia, like you've just been like, oh yes, blah, 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 blah. And then like every once in a while, there's a fact where it's just like, no, this is actually how it goes. And I don't know whether it's like, I don't know.
Like, do you have any examples? Because I really don't know what you're talking about with it.
No, I don't have the examples of the two. Like, I've only encountered it twice in the game. With like the answer, like with that answer
like,
portion.
Does it tell you what the right answer is?
No, it just tells you what the wrong, like that this answer is wrong. And it was like, it would be something I hadn't even picked. And so I don't know if it's like, this is like leftover data. Like if they were like originally giving you answers like based on every single answer that you would give, or if this is just like this weird thing. But I'm just like, is there more to this game than just it being a trivia game? Like,
I don't think so, no.
I don't think so either, but like the game has given me pause and I just can't stop playing it. It's like, there's nothing remarkable about this game, but I've been playing it to find out whether or not there's more to it than just it being a trivia game because of these fucking sounds and these two weird ass, like, no, that answer's wrong, like, kind of thing. Like,
Bri, any thoughts on your end?
Yeah, I totally did not have that kind of reaction to the game. I thought it was like pretty basic trivia game. Like the graphics setup is kind of bare bones. There's like some visual interest of things that move. I don't know, it kind of felt like I was in like a weird simulation, and actually weirdly, like your comment about it being like a training video was the movie you were talking about. Like, I could see this whole like setup being from a corporate training video in its visual style. Some of the questions were kind of hard. Like, when you load up the game, there's a localization question, whether or not you are USA, UK, or worldwide, to help with knowledge questions that are more appropriate for a region. But some of the questions are really specific and not for a younger audience at all. There were history questions that were things that probably you learned in school, like what the Bastille is. But then there were questions from the 1970s about Spiro Agnew, and I was so lost. It was more like, then there was more recent questions about things like the name of the child in The Mandalorian. It was a mixed bag, really.
Odd.
Yeah, like, as I said, it's what I would expect out of an old Trivial Pursuit game.
Yeah.
And it was just bizarre.
But I mean, I enjoyed it.
I think you're digging way too deep into
trivia.
things, Jacob. This is a company that puts out Sudoku and Mahjong games.
Can't help
this is
that,
not
all right,
fucking Five Nights at Knowledge Trainer.
Listen, I can't help it that they decide to use public domain sounds, which, because I specifically watch one YouTube horror series, I immediately associated it and was like, what?
Yeah.
So
yes, you specifically can change that because you're the only one thinking that.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
$15. What do you two think?
That's steep for this. If it was $5 for $7, I'd be like, yeah, all right. But 15, wait for a sale on this.
I'd give it a try, leaning toward a buy it, but I think also I have a little pause on the price, maybe up to $10. I think would be more what I would like, given that it's kind of no nonsense.
Jacob's not scary enough. Try it.
I have to answer all the questions and delve deeper into the mysteries.
I need to find the hidden boss of Knowledge Trainer.
The deep lore.
Jacob Knowledge, hidden deep inside. Who runs
whatever.
the castle?
Everyone, remember, that's just a theory.
Everyone, go watch Local 58 after this podcast is done.
I'm good. Amazing. Next game to talk about, VideoVerse, developed by Kinmoku, published by Ratalaika Games, released November 14th, Xbox One, Series X and S, Switch, PS4, PS5, $12.99. As Emma, a young video game fan and aspiring artist, dive into this fictional video game era where the Kinmoku Shark gaming system and its online social network VideoVerse were still popular. Strengthening Emmett's friendships, share fan art, and browse the lively gaming communities, make decisions that will change how Emmett grows, his approach to VideoVerse, and ultimately the final outcome. Will your actions help VideoVerse thrive, or will you get caught up in teenage drama, video game fandoms, and corporate conspiracies? Jacob, we already know that you're all about the teenage drama, so tell us about VideoVerse.
So VideoVerse is by the same dev who did One Night Stand.
By the way, did you see Becky's hair last night? Oh my God. She's not getting a prom date. Teenage drama, idiot. Come on. That's not a hard joke to work with.
Yeah, it's not like your dick.
At least we could find my joke. We can't find your dick. So, what is VideoVerse?
So, VideoVerse, as I said, it's by the same dev who did One Night Stand. So, once I realized who this was, I got super fucking excited about this. And VideoVerse it's part visual novel, part simulation of a time of the internet that is no longer around, full of message boards and using instant messaging and video chat. And I realized it's kind of still around, but not in the way that we experienced it. And you are playing as this teenager named Emmett, who is all about this video, it's a video game, yet also drawing pad system called The Shark. And it's about to get replaced, it's not about to, it's starting to be replaced by a new system called the Dolphin. For all of us who were on the internet back then, remember, if you recall, that was the code name for the Nintendo GameCube.
Yeah.
you go throughout your day on this system, and you are checking out various message boards. You get invited to certain ones. You get to talk to people, and you have to decide what you're going to say. Are you going to say anything? And as you're going through the message boards, are you going to be positive? Are you going to be are you going to like people's posts? Are you going and part of what you need to do is that the Videoverse network it's seemingly about to be canceled or forgotten because obviously Shark is going away. Dolphin's the next thing that's coming. And it also seems like the mods may be asleep at the wheel, and so you have to decide if you're going to report people for their comments or not to help clean up the community. And as you're doing this, you're going to be interacting with all sorts of different people from all different walks of life. Like, there's a guy who seems to be he might be working for the video game company. He might be full of shit. We don't know. We're just going to have to keep looking at his posts and eventually, hopefully, talking to them. There's artists on here who will comment on your art that you upload to this thing, but they'll also seek comments from you, and you can have relationships with them, both friendly and potentially romantic. And it is just and also in the whole entire backstory of this, there's also this game called Feudal Fantasy that your character is really into, and you're getting to watch all the cutscenes from it, which you can then discuss with the other people on the message boards. And so, as I said, it's part visual novel, part simulation, and it's just really fascinating. And even though it's not appropriate for kids, because of some of the subject matter and language, my kids actually got to watch me play, some of the game, and they were just like, what is this? Is this how you used to have to talk to people online? They were just blown away by this. And, is this what the internet looked like? What? This is so old. But then they got to watch me have to decide which dialogue I was going to use, which dialogue choices, and they were just they just couldn't get enough of it. It was fantastic. And of course, when I realized oh, this is an inappropriate thing, I'd have to quickly report this to the moderators, all that kind of stuff. What was that, Dad? You don't need to worry about that. But I'm really stoked about this game. I just don't know how else to describe it. It's a game that you just need to experience for yourself. Yeah.
All right,
I've already put it on my list.
$13. What do you say?
The fucking lootly. And also go buy One Night Stand while you're at it at the same time.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Works for me. Next up, I love finding cats. Also, we have a game to talk about called I Love Finding Cats Collector's Edition, developed by BoomZap, published by Ocean Media, who were awesome enough to not only hook us up with the game, but a bunch of giveaway codes. And I think we should give away a pack of games, huh?
Yeah.
Giveaway, draw. And Mr. Coolness is getting a 3-pack of games from Ocean Media, who gave us I Love Finding Cats, which released November 12th on Xbox One and Series X and S for $9.99. Perfect hidden object game for all of us cat lovers. I Love Finding Cats Collector's Edition is a classic hidden object game with a great selection of mini games. Visit beautiful locations from across the globe while you find and collect adorable feline friends. This collector's edition also includes Christmas bonus levels. I believe everyone covered this, but it's cat, so Bri's gonna start. Bri, do you love finding cats?
I do love finding cats. That was literally the first word in my notes, or the first sentence in my notes.
Cool. What do you think about the game, though?
Yeah, so this is a hidden object puzzle game. We've played a lot of these recently, thanks to Ocean Media, who's bringing a lot of them over to console. The story premise is cute. You get adoption points for finding cats in the hidden object scenes when you're finding other objects. And then you can eventually get enough money / points, whatever, to adopt all the cats in the adoption center. Adopt all the cats!
Yay!
Yeah. The collector's edition contains more cats, like dev cat photos and bonus chapters and a music selector, and then the Christmas bonus. The zoom was good and didn't pixelate the image, but the cursor doesn't move during the zoom very well, and you have to zoom back out once you found your object to click on it, and that eats precious, cat finding time. There was a good variety of puzzles like jigsaws, spot the difference, tangrams, and of course hidden object scenes. I think there's over 50 puzzles in the main game and about half that in the extra content. Anybody else want to chime in?
I mean, there's really not much more to it. It's a hidden object game with cats also tossed in to the mix.
Yeah.
Like,
great backup, Jacob. Aki, do you want to repeat the same sentence?
Hey, shut up.
He's not done repeating everything.
One of the things I did appreciate about this game is that it has a solid magnifier to make it easier for you to find stuff. Yeah, so that automatically, gets points in my book. Now you can talk, Aki.
Okay. It was fine. I actually had a surprisingly a lot of trouble finding the cats in all of these. In many of the levels, I had to play through it 2 or 3 times to actually find all of the cats in the sections that they were in, which kind of surprised me because I was like, they're cats. They're not small on the screen. I don't know how I kept missing the damn things. It kind of blew my mind.
Look like?
Sometimes I think I do, but then others I'm just not quite so sure that I do after I fuck it up that much.
Well, I mean, it is hard. Sometimes cats are liquid, sometimes they're solid. I mean, I understand the confusion.
Yeah.
Sometimes my dog is a gas.
Yeah. And for me, finding the other stuff was a massive pain in the ass, and I did not have that much fun with it because it was a lot of the items were just really hard for me to find, and I was not really enjoying myself because there's a bunch of areas where things are just so fucking small or they blend in so damn well that I was just like, I am not actually enjoying this, which it's kind of abnormal for a hidden object puzzle for me. I usually like all of these, but this one, they were just so hard. I was just getting angry.
Aki has been defeated by kittens.
Yeah. Not even just by kittens, by trying to find fucking chalices and grasshoppers and shit. Fuck them things. I'm so...
Crash Rando, Ocean Media making it rain like cats and dogs.
Yeah.
And then Jordan, of course, saying, thank you, Ocean Media. We love you. And we do, because of the hookup of the giveaway for our audience. We love being able to treat our audience to cool games like this. Ocean Media is always hooking us up with some fun giveaway codes to treat our listeners, including I Love Finding Cats, which is on sale now for $9.99. So I will ask the 3 of you for $10. What do you think of I Love Finding Cats?
I could give this one a buy it.
Yeah, I would too.
I give it a try it.
Oh,
well, that's only because you can only try finding cats. You can't succeed at it.
Oh, that's true. Joe with the
Collector's
assist.
Edition. Yeah. Next game, Arcade Archives 2 Galactic Warriors. Developed and published by Hamster Corporation. Released November 13th. Series X and S, Switch 2 and PS5 for $9.99. Galactic Warriors is a fighting game released by Konami in 1985. Join the robot fighting event, a major craze among galactic humanity in cosmic year HIT 30,000. Holy shit, what year is that? And aim for victory. Your protagonists are three beloved machines, Samson, Gaia, and Poseidon. The warriors of the cosmos roar through the stadium in whatever year it is. Jacob, what is going on in Galactic Warriors?
Yeah, so right off the bat, I just want to say I can see why this game did not, like, is not fondly remembered, is not... I don't think that there's any sequel to this thing. I'm like, part of me is like, God, I hope not, because I kind of don't want to have to play another one. So it's this fighting game that you are in these huge mech suits and you have to either hit or block, and just, you know, get fucked by the AI, and you're just not going to be like, it's just gonna suck up all your quarters. Like, there's also a weapon selection thing which lets you decide, you know, which thing you're going to lose with. But it's not fun. It's hard as hell. Yeah. Like the character designs in the arenas.
What do you do? Like, let's say, what do you do in the game? Because you're just saying you don't like it. But
it's a very early fighting game. Like
2D, 3D,
2D, and I mean, come on, man! It's 1985. It's going to be 2D.
I'm looking at screenshots, and it looks like it could be a mix with background fighting. I don't know. That's why you're
2D.
Reviewing this.
So, like, so you could choose one of the three mechs, whichever one you're going to choose. But it's just like, there's one with a sword. There's like one whose limbs can extend, and of course, the only female presenting robot. She has projectiles that shoots out of her boobs, because of course she does.
And that's why this game is a buy it.
Missile babies!
and so you have to fight against all these different robot, opponents, and it's hard as hell. Like, and it's just not good. Like, the AI is relentless. Nothing you ever seem to do matters. Like, blocking only helps so much, because your shots don't they don't ever seem like they do anything to your opponent. And so I feel like this is something that needed to be, it really worked if it was like a two-player, because this is a two-player game if you want it to be. In the arcade, it was probably way more fun, like, playing against, like, your buddies and stuff like that, instead of having to play against the AI, because the AI is just relentless, and it's just, as I said, it's just not fun.
I guess that is one of the downfalls of 80s arcade games, is how friggin' unfair they can be.
Yeah.
Anything in the options for, like, dip switch options or make it easier or anything?
Nah.
Well, as usual, the Arcade Archives 2 series adds the time attack mode and has variable refresh rate. Clocks in at $10 dues. What are your thoughts on this one?
The only reason why I would stay to buy it is if you're a completionist for the Arcade Archive series. This is one that you could skip.
I'm looking at the reviews on the Xbox store, and the one is like, I own all of these, and I really like this one. Fun Fighter.
What?
And Jacob's like, I suck.
Now I'm gonna go read the reviews of everyone, everyone else. They're like, this was great. It's too easy.
I think that was the only review right now because it's still early.
Galactic.
Next game, P1 Anchor Light, developed by Deadbolt Interactive, published by Perp Games. Released November 11th, Series X and S for $7.99. Step into the lavish lighthouse, an opulent facade hiding a sinister secret. Its beacon, once a trusted guiding light, now threatens to unleash untold horrors upon the world. Weird. Your mission is clear. Identify the ever-seeping anomalies in a bid to shut it down. But the restless entities within will fight back, their desperate whispers echoing through the halls, yearning for their dark truths to be heard. Can you silence the light before its madness consumes all? Before we go any further, I want to redo the intro, instead talking about Jacob's butthole. Identify the ever-seeping anomalies in a bid to shut it down. But the restless entities within will fight back, their desperate whispers echoing through your mind, yearning for the dark truth to be heard. Can you silence Jacob's butthole before the madness consumes us all?
I think the worst part about it was the word seeping.
Yeah. As soon as I heard the word seeping, I'm like, yep, that's Jacob's asshole. Bri, what is P1 Anchor Light?
Sometimes I have to ball up some toilet paper and just shove it up there so I could just go about my business.
Perp Games is like, we are never giving these people a game.
I know, right? I was going to say, it was actually a beautifully written store intro up until the butthole thing.
Yeah, I had to fuck it up. I had to.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Someone had to. I think it'll be you.
Seeping. They had the word seeping.
True.
We all know Jacob's butthole is seeping with evil.
Yes. So yeah, in this, you're an investigator for Paradise Corp, and it's your job to shut down the lighthouse because something supernatural is going on there. This is an anomalies game. You have to memorize the first room you come across and then compare against that to see if there are any anomalies. Simple rules. If there are no anomalies, go through the green lit door. If there are anomalies, go through the red lit door. Do this 9 times in a row to make it to the top and shut down the lighthouse for good. There are a few side rooms to explore in the lighthouse, like a bathroom and a bedroom, so you need to check them all. And then there's obviously the main room, which is a lobby or whatever. And anomalies can be really subtle or kind of obvious. I ran into stuff that made noise. The TV was on one time with static and numbers counting down. Some of the more subtle things, I don't even know. There were paintings that changed. There were lighting changes that may have counted as anomalies. Sometimes it was hard to tell. Oh, and when the music stops... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I see something on the store page that may frighten a lot of people. I know it frightens me very, very much. There are floppy disks in the game, and children these days will not know what they are.
That is true.
Floppy disks?
Can you explain what a floppy disk is for the children listening and to make all of our backs hurt?
Floppy disks were magnetic air pumped little storage devices that you put into a really chunky receptacle, and it stored not even an email worth of information.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Someone posted a picture of a floppy disk save icon and asked why it was a vending machine with a can.
Yes, I saw that. I was just about to mention that.
Yeah. That hurts. That hurts really bad.
Yeah. So back to the main tenets of the game. When the music stops, don't move, not even an inch. Don't even move the camera or you die.
Oh.
Definitely don't let your cat nudge the controller looking for rubs and think you're going to live, because you won't. Thanks, T. I was totally on a good run. Anytime you get the door wrong as you go up the stairs, you'll die in some new way. I had a creepy doll come at me. The staircase detached from the wall right as I got to the door. It was kind of fun to be wrong in this game. And in the beginning, you will die a lot. This game is beautiful, but hard. The extra condition of not being able to move when the music stops is a whole other layer that makes this really tough. You have a run button, but it's not really a good idea to use it in this case because you may need to stop suddenly. You can see when you go outside to walk up the stairs that there are other agents from the Paradise Corporation there, all in personal protective gear with face masks. And I think we can assume that we are too. In fact, as you move around the room, you can kind of see that mask aspect as the game automatically unfocuses when we get close to things. And you can hear it in our breathing a little bit too. So just a little, flavor for a first-person game. There were a few good environmental storytelling elements in this, which is more than you get in a lot of Anomaly games. You're just, here's a room. There's something wrong with it. You've memorized it. Good job. The lighting was good for effects coming in and out of the windows in the rooms, but the game is really dark. There was a good amount of music that all sounds like it's from the 30s or 40s. There are creepy sounds in the lobby of laughter coming from nowhere. When the music stops, you hear a radio signal of a female voice citing numbers, and then there's some static, and then the music comes back on. Like, the audio is really well done. The game had a creepy atmosphere and a tough achievement list.
Ooh.
After you get to the top in normal mode, there's a hard and nightmare mode to complete. And there are collectibles, which are the floppy disks, and a few RNG achievements as well. So,
what kind of RNG?
Like, come across this specific event and then get all of the possible anomalies, which I think there's 60 total that you can find. So, yeah.
All right. Well, $7.99 on this one. What do you think?
I think the price is good. I'm going to give this a hearty try it. This may be a bit more challenging than Anomaly games that you're used to. I think the setting was great, the art was great, but it was so challenging or grindy for achievements that I felt it was kind of overwhelming.
Gotcha. Next up, Hollowgrace, developed and published by Synergy Circle Games. Released November 12th, Xbox One, Series X and S, and Xbox PC for $4.99 each. In a land once blessed by divine light, grace has hollowed into silence. The world of I'm not even going to say the name, was once watched over by radiant gods whose touch gave life to all things, but their gifts turned to rot. What was meant to heal began to consume, transforming faith into obsession, worship into madness. Only those with royal blood can mend this broken world, yet Princess Lysandra Veilborn, last heir to the throne, lies trapped within the fallen citadel, a ruin swallowed by ash, haunted by the undead, and demons born from the dying light. Aki, this is a pixel art game. It doesn't sound at all as sinister as it makes it. So, what is Hollowgrace?
Okay, this is a platformer. You play as a knight, and you jump around and kill bats, snakes, goblin-looking fucking things. I don't know what they are. And then bash open the one or so chests to collect a singular coin that's in any of them, and then get to an exit. I don't know what any of that story stuff was, because that's all you do, yo. This is very basic.
I don't understand how they can make such basic action platformers and put these grandiose stories behind them. And you read it and you're like, I can't wait to get into this game. And it's like you're a skeleton in a platformer.
Yeah.
The read up for this sounds like it's going to be a grand epic action RPG that takes 20 hours to complete. And it's not.
Yeah. Every time I see one of these, all I think is, man, there should be a report button, and people who do write-ups like this should probably be banned off the store just because.
No,
as far as I'm concerned,
if there were fake screenshots, I would say yes. But if it's just the description, they're adding story to their game. It's not like the description is saying there's things in the game that don't exist. It's just
giving the description of the game is telling you that there is a story in the game and there's not. Like, legitimately, the moment you said all this, all I was thinking was, did I play the right fucking game? This has nothing to do with what the fuck I played. Because literally all you are is you're a knight. If you get hit by a creature or jump onto a spike like a dumb fuck, you lose your helmet and you turn into a skeleton. Because apparently you are a person before you get hurt the first time. Then you turn into a skeleton and you get hit a second time and you're fucking dead. And not dead like a skeleton is dead. You're just dead. Yeah. And you retry. And there's 25 levels. And that's what you're doing. You do occasionally find gates in your way, and you have to find a switch that you walk into, and then it opens that up, and then you continue. Like, there's no story. I don't know where this story came from. So yeah, it's very simple. It's very straightforward. I 100%ed it in like less than an hour. So yeah,
$5. What do you think?
I mean, it's $5 quick 100%. Go get it if that's what you want. If that's
is
not
the game
what you want,
fun?
then,
is the platforming fun? Is the action fun? Is
action,
it worthwhile $5?
I don't think the action is fun. You're literally just swinging a sword until it hits something. The platforming can be pretty irritating, actually, especially trying to dodge the spikes, because you can either jump over them or roll through them. Both get you without being injured, but they are kind of persnickety about where the line is on getting hurt or not getting hurt. So there were numerous times where I was like, I shouldn't have been hurt, and I was hurt. So it can be kind of irritating. Yeah. So it can be actually kind of irritating to play this, but it is a very easy 100%, because realistically, you don't have to stay human in every level. You just have to do it in one level, and you can just go back and replay an easier level for it. But I wanted to do it in all the levels, and some of the platforming just, when trying to do that, was just some bullshit, which irritated me. But I think it's cheap enough that it ends up being kind of a fuck it, why not? Especially if you're like, I want easy achievements. This is definitely a game for you, because it's very easy.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
And if you want a good story, read the store page.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
One final game tonight. Slide Stories, Neko and Friends, developed by Remix Games, published by our friends at Silesia Games. This one came out November 19th on Xbox One and Series S for a jaw-droppingly expensive $2.99. Sit back, relax, and follow the flow as you complete each puzzle to unlock the next story chapter. Experience it all in a unique mix of anime-inspired art, graphic novel storytelling, and soothing lo-fi music. Bri, tell us about soothing lo-fi music to slide unique kitties to.
So, this is a game with nothing but slide puzzles. I'm not normally a slide puzzle fan, but there were cute cats in the first puzzle set, so I had to check this out. There are 3 stories: Neko's Journey, Bonds and Memories, and Bucky's Quest, with 6 to 7 levels apiece. And there are 5 difficulty levels from relaxing to pro that increase the amount of tiles you have per puzzle. Each story has its own music and art style to help tell the story. The art is often animated, and of course, some of it features cats. It's kind of like a graphic novel, but there's no text, just pictures. Most of the pictures look like Polaroids, because you have a square grid and, a little frame around it. You can press B to see what the picture is supposed to look like. That's huge help number 1. Huge help number 2 is a numerical overlay that shows you the space the tile is supposed to be in, from left to right and up to down. So on relaxing difficulty, you have a 3x3 grid and numbers 1 through 3 across the top, 4 through 6 across the middle, and 7 through 9 across the bottom. And number 9 will always be the empty space. So it's pretty easy to figure things out using that numerical overlay. That was a huge help. And honestly, if you've ever struggled with slide puzzles, this is a good trainer for that, just having that feature alone. The music is relaxing and changes with each story. I think I mentioned that. I know you're probably like, ew, slide puzzles, but
that was my absolute first reaction. I looked. You said they're slide puzzles. I opened the store page, scrolled down to the pictures. I'm sorry, Silesia, but I removed it from my wish list.
Oh no!
I don't like slide. I can't do slide puzzles.
I didn't think I could either, but like I said, that numerical overlay and the playing it on easy is a relaxing level difficulty is actually, it's just a 3x3 grid. It's very easy. Now, I wouldn't play this on pro. It was like 80 tiles, and that's a big no. I looked at it for curiosity's sake, and it's big nope. But yeah, the good news is the achievements for this can be done on any difficulty. So you just go with the 9 tiles and enjoy the story.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do that.
Okay.
$3. What are
I would give this a buy it for $3.
Would you?
I would.
Serious?
I was surprised. I'm positive.
Definitely.
I was surprised. I enjoyed this. It was relaxing, and I was much better at slide puzzles than I ever thought I would be using that numerical way.
Very good. All right, and with that, we are done with this episode. I say we close things out with another drawing. What do you think?
Love it.
Thanks to Ocean Media again, who hooked us up with giveaway copies of Saving Princess of Mars First Time in Paris and Finding Cats Collector's Edition. Giveaway draw. Our next winner is, congrats to Carnage, who entered for Horror Acolyte.
There you go.
Yay.
There you go, Horror Acolyte. You are getting yourself a 3-pack of Ocean games from Ocean Media. Big thanks again to the Lonesome Guild crew for coming on. Simone Luca for hanging out with us, chatting about the game. It is available now on all the store. No, not Switch. PlayStation, not Xbox, Switch. PC. It is $24.99, I think. I'm going off of memory here. Buy the game, play it. They deserve the sales. They deserve the money. Because Aki was a part of that and had questions about a certain game. Music tonight will be from my friend Blind.
Hey, nice.
Yeah, that works out, Aki. Blind.
I approve.
Jordan Aguirre. He makes good music. Good dance stuff. Electronic. So yeah. End of the show. Thanks to everyone. Big thanks. Anyone have any final words to end the show?
I'm on vacation now, bitches.